On WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's a weird feeling. It's been 46 days since we came on the radio to break down a New York Knicks loss, and there's a lot of blame to go around. I'm being blamed. The President of the United States is being blamed. But I ask you, Tiki Barber, as an IBO, why did the Knicks lose Game 3 of the NBA Finals, their first loss in 46 days?
Because it was inevitable.
Because it was inevitable.
Inevitable. You don't win completely throughout the postseason without losing. Of course, it's hard. Winning a championship is hard. And that's why they lost. It's not anything else. It's not the officiating. It's not the physicality. All those things contributed. It was not necessarily Cat scoring 11 points, Mikal Bridges scoring 2. It wasn't the flagrant called on Jalen Brunson or the non-flagrant that wasn't called on Wemby. The Spurs are a good team. It is hard to win NBA Finals. It is impossible almost to sweep NBA Finals, because that's why you don't see it very often, because these are the two best teams. And let's be real. If the Spurs knew how to close games, because they've had double-digit leads in every game, the Spurs would be up 3-0 in this series. And so why did they lose? Because it's basketball. Just like we always say, how do you lose on the diamond? Because it's baseball. These are good teams playing against each other. The Spurs just had a better day. Now, if you want to get into the details, we will. I think Mitch Johnson had a significantly better coaching day. Wemby spent much more time in the paint, so the Knicks could not score at the rim. I think the physicality, where he just basically said, go beat the hell out of Jalen Brunson.
Oh, God, yeah.
Go beat the hell out of Cat. Go beat the hell out of any ball handler. We're gonna harass them from the moment they get the inbound pass until they're past half court, so they have 12 to 13 seconds to initiate their offense. We're going to confuse them. They're going to take bad shots. We're going to win. Like, you can give all the reasons. But this is the NBA Finals. What'd you expect?
I'm confused. I didn't hear him say Trump or Evan Roberts. I thought it was our fault.
Had nothing to do with you. Had nothing to do with the sleeping president in the suite. Had nothing to do with any of that.
Yeah,
People want to talk about it. The boo at the beginning. Who cares?
Yeah.
The Knicks lost a basketball game for the first time in 46 days, and now Knicks fans feel pressure.
Yeah, so I was in the building last night. I'll give you a lot of the experience as the show rolls on, but I'll start at the very end. Walking out of Madison Square Garden last night, where I never left early, and no one left early because it was that kind of game.
Yeah.
And it was tough getting out because they closed a lot of streets down, and I got to know my neighbors very well because we were side by side. I sensed, and we'll hear it from Knicks fans throughout the day at 888-808-1019, I sensed disappointment but confidence. I sensed a Knicks fan base that is not walking away from Game 3, their first home finals game in 27 years. I don't sense the despair or a desperation or even a worry.
No.
And it's not an overconfidence. It's not a cockiness. I think it's more we still have this. And I look at why they lost, and we will get into every aspect of it. I know the officiating is going to be a big conversation, and we're going to hear a lot of that from Knicks fans, and I understand why. To me, it starts with sloppiness and turnovers.
Right.
You cannot, if you're the New York Knicks, and they've done a great job of this throughout the postseason, they've won the turnover battle. That's the cliche you always hear in the NFL. But it's so true in the NBA. You handed the Spurs 21 points off of your sloppiness. And what would annoy me about the Knicks' sloppiness, and why I put it number one, is a lot of it was unforced.
Right.
A lot of it wasn't necessarily stingent defense by San Antonio. Now, yes, they are physical, and they got physical with Jalen Brunson sometimes to the point where a whistle should have been blown. But a lot of the turnovers that the Knicks had, they turned the ball over 13 times, which is not like an extraordinarily high number. I think the reason it feels like a big number is because, A, the Spurs did a great job of protecting the basketball. They only turned the ball over 8 times. B, it turned into a lot of buckets. And C, it was unforced.
Right.
And so it felt like that mistake can't happen. And so, to me, that kind of sloppiness, it can't occur.
Yeah, and a lot of it was Jalen Brunson. I mean, let's be honest.
Jalen Brunson had as many turnovers as assists, which is a common trend in this NBA Finals team.
It is, but when they all happen in a critical, what was it, 3 or 4 minutes, he turns the ball over 3 times. That flips the games. That becomes momentum that you now have to claw your way back into. And as much as you want to laud Jalen Brunson for having a good statistical night, which he hasn't had for most of the series, you can't give a good team more opportunities.
Well, keep this in mind about Jalen Brunson, and this is why we speak so highly of him, why he's the king of New York. When you are the best player, when you are the superstar on a team, you are held to a very high standard.
Yes.
So while, yes, he made big shots in the fourth quarter, he was the only one to do that in a horribly shooting fourth quarter by the New York Knicks. You can't turn the ball over 5 times and have 5 assists. You can't be as sloppy as he was. And he was. And that's a big reason why they lost this game. Now, the beauty of basketball is what I love about this sport is there's a lot of aspects that you can go back earlier in this game. You can go back to the way the Knicks came out in the third quarter, which was atrocious. Reminded me the old days of Knick basketball. The OGs know. Like those third quarter of doom, I think, as Alan Hahn has referred to it in the past on halftime shows. That was the third quarter of doom.
Right.
And that was old school. So there's a lot of reasons that contributed to this loss. But to me, as I put my head on the pillow last night, it was just the sloppiness. You can't be that sloppy. And the other thing you can't do, and the Knicks were able to overcome it in game 1 and game 2, is fall behind by double digits. I get it's the NBA and the game's never over and anyone can come back. In every game in this NBA Finals, the Knicks have trailed by double digits. Now, they've responded each time.
Of course. And they've been up by double digits in some of these as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But putting yourself in that kind of hole, it's not good against a really good team. And then the other thing about last night, if we're just talking kind of in general, outside of the second quarter, in which they were amazing, they just sucked last night.
Yeah.
Like top to bottom, Mikal Bridges, despite a very good plus-minus, was non-existent and got into early foul trouble.
Yeah, had 2 points.
Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, I think that was his worst game of the postseason.
Yeah, 10 shots, 11 points.
He didn't have that aggressiveness that you needed. There was one sequence, I think it was early fourth quarter, when Jalen, not aggressive at all, had a good look. I thought that was his shot.
Right.
And he didn't take it.
He didn't feel confident taking such a heightened feel about him in the first 2 games of the series. Is his aggressiveness has been greater than Wemby's.
Yes,
and so he scored at the basket. He's basically exercised his will defensively. And by the way, he did do that still defensively. It was just offensively he wasn't there. I mean, the only person that really felt like they were
say his name
completely dialed in.
Say his name
was OG Anunoby,
the MVP.
Right.
I know we shouldn't have that discussion because they still need 2 more wins. But yesterday on the program, we were talking, hey, halfway to a championship, who's been the MVP of the series so far? And you could still say that. It doesn't mean they're going to win the series. It just means, hey, so far through 3 games, who's been your most valuable player? And I think the answer was clear last night. It's OG Anunoby on both sides of the floor.
No doubt.
But sometimes it's as simple as they didn't play well enough. And last night at Madison Square Garden, yes, there was a lot of hoopla. Yes, the crowd was electric. Yes, the president was there. But they just didn't play well. And I can't associate those things with the distractions of a home finals game. Sometimes you just don't play well.
Right.
Now, how is the officiating? Because I know that's the thing that a lot of people in this audience want to call up about and they want to hear discussed. So I'll just tell you off the top. As an IBO, the officiating last night was not very good. It just wasn't.
But it wasn't one way or the other.
Well, no, I thought it favored the Spurs. I'll admit it. I think it did. And I'll tell you how it did. Because I want to be specific. I think that they allowed the San Antonio Spurs to do whatever they want physically with the New York Knicks to the point where there were 3 or 4 or 5 fouls I wrote down that should have been called that weren't. Some are obvious, some we're aware of.
Yeah, a couple of them should have been flagrants.
No doubt. The Wemby assault of Jalen Brunson, that was obvious. And look, the NBA has a choice. I don't think they've got the guts to do it, but the league could very well announce today that they're retroactively giving him a flagrant 1.
They should.
And they should. And that would be significant because I think that would put him 1 more flagrant 1 away from an automatic suspension, which could obviously change everything about this series. That was an obvious one. We all saw it. I think there were 4 or 5, maybe more, of physical plays that they allowed. I think on the other side, they just allowed it.
Right.
Or let me rephrase that better. When it came to their physical nature with the Knicks, they allowed it.
Yes.
When it came to the physical nature with San Antonio, they called a lot. It doesn't mean there weren't fouls. I think there were. I think if you go through all the fouls that were called on the Knicks, I would say 95% of them were pretty accurate. Right. It was more what they didn't call with the physicality against the Knicks.
It was also grossly inconsistent. So sometimes and this was the same in game 2, by the way, different crew, but same in game 2. It felt like, all right, beat the hell out of each other. It's all good. This is fun. And then a quarter later, it's like, oh, don't touch his wrist, right? You put your hand on his belly, tech, right? It's the inconsistency is what drives you insane. And as an athlete, I'm sure that's what bothers you. It's like, you let me get away with it 8 minutes ago.
Right.
Now I can't even breathe on the dude. But this is why I know that Mitch Johnson told his team, just go beat the hell out of them. You would see in points in this game, whether it's Jalen, Brunson, or OG or whoever, sitting in the post, trying to get a rebound. The Spurs are coming from 10 feet out, full speed, and just barreling into the guys. Just basically giving them a haymaker.
Remember the haymaker at Jalen Brunson under the basket that they reviewed and said, common foul?
Right, and the problem.
That's an example,
but that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Spurs are doing this intentionally to the Knicks, knowing that they're just going to get a common foul. That it's just a foul.
Right.
But he got the crap beat out of him. He's probably a little dizzy because of how hard I hit him and the fact that he goes to the ground. He's got to pick himself back up off the ground. Like there is a physicality to this game that the referees are letting happen, but then they get ticky-tack with it. And that's what's bothering me is the inconsistency with which these referees are reffing these games.
No, I agree with you. I think if you get a consistent no-call, non-whistle, we'd mostly be okay with it. I think the officiating last night was not very good. I'd be the first to tell you. Now, is it the main reason that they lost this game? No,
they didn't make the shots. They were 0 for 9 and 3-pointers in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter they were atrocious.
Until the end, when Brunson made one and OG made one. But other than that, they sucked. And Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox, they made shots.
Right.
So at the end of the day, basketball comes down to, can you put the ball into the hoop? The Knicks didn't do it well enough in the times it mattered, and the Spurs did, and that's why they won by 4 points.
Yeah, when they outshoot their opponents from 3 in the postseason, they're 12-1. When they don't, they're 2-2. When they outshoot their opponents from the field, they're 13-0. When they don't, they're 1-3. Numbers are the numbers, and that was throughout the regular season, and that's not anything crazy. It's just a reminder that you have to make your shots, but you also need to win the turnover battle or not be as sloppy as they were last night. And they were sloppy, and they didn't play well. And honestly, for 3 or 4 quarters, they were just bad. I mean, up and down, they were bad last night for 3 out of 4 quarters. Now, the good thing is, and this is the part that should give you a nice, what do they call that? A breath of fresh air? A deep breath?
Deep breath.
Yeah.
Well, either one.
Whatever. The deep breath is you're up 2-1.
Right.
The deep breath is you still have a game in your building tomorrow night where you can take a commanding 3-1 lead and you could erase the stench of what happened in game 3.
Yeah.
But what you allowed to happen last night is you gave the Spurs life. And now the San Antonio Spurs believe they can come back and make this thing a series. Now, as far as the atmosphere was last night, I thought it was electric. I got into the building at like 6:15 because I couldn't mess around. I got there early, and I sat next to a gentleman who is a very nice guy. In fact, he's on hold right now. Would you like to hear the guy I sat next to at Madison Square Garden? And he can review me and tell you how my performance was as an IBO. And that is Steve in White House Station. Steve, did you have a good time last night, sir?
I had a fantastic time. Evan, you were a great host. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Did I behave properly in terms of the way I watched the game? Was I IBO? Was I a Knick hater? How would you describe that to the audience?
Very much an IBO. I will say, guys, Evan and I both kept tabs on the Yankee game for the first half. Especially come to 10 when it went into the 10th inning, just about past halftime. But there was one point, Sean, you should know, when the Knicks were making a run, we had a Knicks fan to my left, and he's fist bumping his buddies, and then he's fist bumping me, and then he goes to fist bump Evan, and Evan politely declined.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you're not the only one, Sean.
Good.
The guy looked at him like he had 4 heads, and it's like, are you okay? But he's like, I'm just an independent observer,
Yeah, I was trying to explain it to him, but I apologize that you didn't get. I apologize you didn't get to see your basketball team win, but it was a very entertaining 5-hour day because obviously you got to get there very early, get through security, which was bad, but not that bad. Like if you went early enough, and you did, Steve, you get in, you're fine, you get to enjoy the atmosphere, and then you get yourself a 2.5-hour basketball game.
Absolutely, absolutely. My only complaint, by the way, if you want to call it that,
Yes.
is you guys understand I keep my house at like 78 degrees in the summer and 75 degrees in the winter. And Evan did not warn me that they AC the garden to like 62 degrees up in the brick. I was eating my butt off. I had my free Knicks shirt on top of my regular shirt, and I'm still shivering.
Yeah, it was frosty. Well, Steve, it was good meeting you last night. Hope you had a good time. Maybe we'll do it again someday.
Thanks for calling in, Steve.
You as well. Thanks again. Thanks,
Hey,
guys.
thank you, man. So that's the guy who bought my ticket. Nice guy. Became friends. Became buddies. Did you think I was going to high-five back the guy?
No, but now I'm curious. Had there been a Spurs fan that high-fived you, would you have?
So I told you guys yesterday I would see if there were any Spur fans there. I
There had
saw
to have been.
one guy, one solitary guy.
One guy in the whole arena?
From my vantage point. Now, I'm on the, by the way, it's not even the Chase Bridge anymore, which I totally forgot about. It's the Hyundai Bridge. So they sold the naming rights. But for me, it's the Chase Bridge. Like, I'm a Chase customer.
Yeah.
It's the Chase Bridge.
But don't they still have the Chase Lounge?
They do, yeah. So I guess Chase is still a sponsor, but
right.
they lost the bridge.
They just went downstairs?
Yeah.
Said Evan's buying season tickets up here. We're out.
Yeah. So I walked around the facility because I got there so early, and so many Knicks fans did. They listened to what we warned, what Craig and Big Mac warned, what the Garden warned, which is get there early. Yeah, it sucks. A lot of security, president, the whole thing. But just get there early and you'll make sure you don't miss tip. And the place was packed before opening tips. I don't think anyone actually missed it. So I was walking around the arena. I was walking around the bridge. I went downstairs, just scouting the area.
Right.
And I saw one Spur fan. He was not wearing a jersey. He was wearing a winter beanie. And I went up to him. And I said, what's your deal?
It was 90.
But it was 60 inside the garden.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I said, what's your deal? He's like, are you a Spurs fan? And I was like, nah, bro. I'm just curious about your deal. I'm an IBO. I'm an independent basketball observer.
Did he understand what you were talking about?
Yeah, he just said, oh, yeah, no, big Spur fan from New York. Just a guy who grew up loving Tim Duncan.
Wow.
Yeah.
And ponied up to go to the Garden for the finals. Good for that
So
guy.
he was aware enough, because he had been to the Garden, and I guess multiple times, to know that he needed a beanie.
Yes.
That's because he was a New Yorker. If he was from San Antonio, you'd be like, dude, that's 100 down there. Why the hell it's 90 up here?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing a beanie?
Nah, he was well prepared. That's for sure. We'll get your calls next, how you feel about what happened in Game 3, the turnovers, the officiating, the way this team played. All of your thoughts from Game 3 coming up at 888-808-1019, plus more on what it was like inside the building last night at Madison Square Garden. And we will break down, I thought, the brilliant way Mike Brown took apart the officials after the game. It's all coming up. We're busy for the next 4 hours. It's time for the turning point of the game. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326. And you'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's, and your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan.
With the warm months here already, it's time for a healthier you. My good buddy John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger and function at a higher level. The dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you to help you prevent injury. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help get you back to the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
Guys, Father's Day is right around the corner, and the U.S. Open is about to tee off, and Flag and Anthem just dropped their exclusive America 250 collection. Premium, ultra-comfortable, patriotic gear celebrating America's 250th birthday. Perfect for you or dad. Plus, they just dropped their licensed 126th U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills collection. Do not wait until the last minute and get dad another boring tie. Head over to flagandanthem.com right now and check out the America 250 collection. Use code WFAN25 to get 25% off. Flag and Anthem, premium clothes without the premium price tag.
This portion of the program is sponsored by St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. It's also sponsored by Bet365.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-714-4800. That's 718-714-4800.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
During each halftime and after the final horn sounds, head right to WFAN's YouTube page for a special live stream of The Carton Show with Chris McMonagle. There's no other halftime and postgame show for the real New York Hoops fan during this championship run. Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle, live during every halftime and after every game, exclusively on WFAN's YouTube page. Brought to you by Premio, the way sausage should be. Corona, La Playa awaits. C4, the official energy drink of the New York Knicks. And Sloman's. Visit ac.slomans.com for the best pricing on Central AC. Your home for New York sports. 1019 FM and 660 AM. WFAN.
BetMGM Sportsbook invites you to watch the World's Game in Hoboken. Head to the Pig and Parrot on Friday, June 12th, 2 hours before the USA takes the field against Paraguay for a special BetMGM watch party. Spin the wheel for a chance to win BetMGM swag and lock in your picks on the game with special promotions like 2-up early payout and a chance to win a share of $500,000 in bonus bets every time the USA scores a goal. Head over early to join the BetMGM watch party and be sure to stick around to watch an exciting game between the USA and Paraguay. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great fun at BetMGM's USA Watch Party at the Pig and Parrot in Hoboken on Friday, June 12th. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards and non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Looking for something cooler to do with the family? At Big Snow American Dream, you can ski, snowboard, and snow tube on real snow indoors any day of the year. No experience? No problem. They offer lessons, rentals, and activities for all ages, so everyone can join the fun. Winter never ends at Big Snow. Book your snow day today at BigSnowAmericanDream.com.
So I'm watching TV the other night, and there he is again, Evander Holyfield talking about Terra Origin creatine. And I'm thinking, wait, this guy won heavyweight titles, fought 12 rounds for a living, and somehow still looks ready to go another 3. Meanwhile, I pull a muscle reaching for the remote. So listen, if you're looking to support strength, recovery, and performance, go check out Terra Origin creatine today. And right now, you get 20% off your first order at TerraOrigin.com. That's 20% off at TerraOrigin.com.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at Thrivewell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
Staples presents Celebrations Made Easy.
I was throwing a party for the twins and had custom invites and a banner printed at Staples. And that's when I saw Party City is now at Staples.
Party City? No way!
Yep. So now Staples has all your printing needs and everything you need for a party.
Everything times 2.
Yeah, and now at Staples, save 40% on custom cards, photo gifts, wrapping paper, banners, and more.
Big news! Party City is now at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app. In 613, exclusions apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the
perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
I don't need to tell you. New Yorkers are paying more for everything. Rent, utilities, groceries, every single month. The office that's supposed to protect us is on the sidelines. I'm Raj Goyal. As an ACLU lawyer, I fought for the people against powerful interest every single day. Now I'm going to be your affordability watchdog. I'll take the pension fund out of the greedy hands of Wall Street and put it back into affordable housing, holding utility companies accountable and auditing waste and fraud.
Raj Goyal, affordability watchdog for Comptroller.
Paid for by Raj Goyal for New York State Comptroller.
The finals are here and both teams are set, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. New York is currently trading at 30% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out over $340 if they take down the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers, and the odds move. You can buy in or out anytime. For unlimited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC. That's code CMAC to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt and has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-878-4646 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-878-4646. One call could help reduce what you owe and simplify your monthly payments. Call 800-878-4646 now to find out how much you could save.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, The Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. I mean, it was a thrilling game last night in Cleveland as the Yankees once again won 7-5 in the 10th. Ryan McMahon did homer earlier in the game. The Knicks fell in Game 3 at MSG 115-111, as we've talked about, but still have a fairly commanding 2-1 lead. A no biggie spot, as some might say. Victor Wembanyama with 32 points and 8 boards. It is now time, though, for the Corona Lime Time highlight of the night. Presented by Corona. La Playa awaits.
Wembanyama comes out. Shot clock at 4. Now the dribble. Shot clock winding down. Castle has to put it up. Bang! Stephon Castle from three-point range. And it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
Mike Breen, courtesy of ABC.
Now, as you hear in that call, Mike Breen did say bang. Remember, coming into this game, there was 0 bangs in Game 2, and there was only 1 bang in Game 1. So we've kind of been reacclimated to the amount of bangs. That bang I thought was bang worthy. Spurs were up by 4 with 1:53 to go, and that Castle 3 put them up by 7. So it felt like the death sentence, even though the Knicks would make things interesting. Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, and they certainly tightened it up where Castle had to make those free throws in the final 8 seconds. So I think we'd all agree that was a bang-worthy bang.
I agree.
So that's the first one San Antonio got. But what if I told you there was another bang in this game?
Was it in the first half?
It was in the first half. Actually, let me rephrase that. It was in the third quarter.
Oh, okay. Right.
There was 4.5 minutes to go. And Jalen Brunson made a 3, and it sounded like this. This is bang number 1, Sean.
They kick it out in the corner. Anunoby on the drive against Wemby. Back up top, Brunson, long three-pointer. Bang!
So there you go.
Right.
So we got 2 bangs out of Breeding last night. 1 for the Knicks, 1 for the Spurs. So if you're keeping track at home, 3 games into the NBA Finals, there have been 3 total bangs. 2 for the Knicks, 1 for the Spurs.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to get a lot more. We're going to get probably 5 more in this series. I'm going to say 4 more.
4 more in this series? Well, it depends how long it goes.
Yeah.
And depends how close the games
I
are.
told you, Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. All right, let's get to your calls, your reaction as the Knicks lose for the first time in 46 days. 888-808-1019. Joe is in East Rutherford. Good morning, Joe.
Evan, Tiki, what's going on, guys? First time, long time.
Appreciate
big fan. First, I'm a Nets fan, so I've been trying to watch this series as an IBO, I will say that. But 2 points I want to make about the Knicks, if you let me.
Yep.
So the first one, before the series started, I think everyone knew Cat was going to eat, JB was going to be clutch, OG was going to get you a quiet 20 every night, but that X factor was going to be Bridges. And last night, not only 1 for 5 shooting, 2 points, not going to get it done, I felt he wasn't getting to his spots. We all know his spot is that elbow jumper, foul line jumper, and with Brunson getting those early fouls, again, I know Bridges got in foul trouble too, but, with Brunson out, being on the floor, I feel like he's got to get to his spot and produce more offensively for this team if they're going to go on and win a championship. My second point, Champagnie can't guard Brunson. I mean, he can't guard a parking cone. You have guys, like Harper. I think he does a good job off the bench. I'm guarding Brunson. I think Castle does a great job getting in Brunson's chest. But if we can get Cat to kind of drag Wemby out of the paint and let Brunson go one-on-one with Champagnie, I think that's a spot the Knicks could really exploit and, take to their advantage. What do you guys think?
Well, Joe, you make a great point because the one thing that was noticeably different in Game 3 than from Games 1 and 2 is that Wemby was not putting 2 feet outside the paint. They ghost covered Josh Hart.
And Josh made him pay early.
Of course they did. But Josh, in order for that to truly benefit the Knicks, Josh is going to have to take not 7 like he did, make 4 of them. He's got to take like 15 of them and make like 10.
Right.
And then maybe you'll get a defender running out to him, which then opens up the rebound, potential offensive rebound for the Knicks. The only way this is happening is if Wemby stays in the paint, is if Josh Hart makes his 3-pointers.
To the point on Mikal Bridges, I think a couple of things. Number one, him getting into foul trouble early, I think completely took him out of his rhythm.
Yeah.
Because he checked out 4 minutes into this game when he picked up the 2 early fouls and Landry Shamet was the first guy off the bench. We didn't see Mikal till mid-second quarter, and he was completely out of sorts. He talks about getting to his spot, his mid-range jumper, which he's so good at. He only took 2 this entire game.
Mikal Bridges is time to step up.
Only 2. Only 2. He only got to his spot twice. And
he felt invisible in this game.
Well, here's what's weird about Mikal Bridges' invisibility. He far and away had the best plus-minus of anybody on the New York Knicks.
Right.
And I was noticing this throughout the game. I was saying it to the guy I was with. I was like, it's funny.
You were just following the stats?
Well, I kept checking the stats, obviously.
Right.
But I kept saying to him, Bridges has basically disappeared since he got into the early foul trouble, and yet whenever the Knicks go on a run, he's on the floor, even if he isn't making that big of an impact. But he's right. Our last caller's right about this. Mikal Bridges has been the ultimate X factor for this team.
Yeah.
When he plays well, like we saw in the third quarter of Game 2, the Knicks almost feel unbeatable.
By the way, if you really think about it, isn't that what the regular season told us too?
About Mikal Bridges?
Yeah.
He was inconsistent.
There would be some moments where he was inconsistent or he was just bad. And in fact, we talked about, maybe he shouldn't be in the starting lineup anymore. That's when the Knicks were up and down.
Yeah.
And then when he's on, they're good. So you're right about him being the X factor. I mean, the other X factor obviously is OG. The one thing that it bothered you is you watch OG and OG was, I'm putting you on my back and we're going to go do this. Not enough guys came with him. And that's all. He could have carried them to a victory. The problem is not enough other guys were in that same mentality. Maybe that's fatigue. Maybe that's whatever. But OG has been consistent from game one all the way through last night.
If you grade everybody's performance, like if you went to everybody who played last night and said, I'm going to give each player a grade.
Yeah.
There are only two players in my mind that get really good grades. One is OG Anunoby, and the other is Jordan Clarkson, who made a lot of big shots in this game, including a bailout three on a possession that went nowhere.
Yeah, where he ran back to the three-point line.
Yes, yes.
Jacked it up.
And remember, Jordan Clarkson did not play in game two.
No.
Did not play in game two.
Well, I mean, they almost need him because of how they abuse Jalen Brunson on the ball. Like they're just abusing him.
Yes, they are.
So
Very physical
They
with him.
need another ball handler.
Adam is in South Jersey. What's up, Adam?
Good morning, guys. How you doing? I'm exhausted today.
I get you.
And I got to bring something up that I can't believe it's not being tabled more, and it leads to a statement. If you give me a second.
Go.
What Wemby did to Brunson in the first quarter is a flagrant 2. And he didn't even get a foul call on it. And the fact that they're allowed to play football on the basketball court and that a 7'2" player can grab a 6'2" player, 7'4", whatever he is, and basically try to throw him to the ground by his neck and not even get a call is so disgusting for the NBA that it makes me think this conspiracy theory exists. And here's the conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
The NBA is not pulling for a specific team. They don't care. They care about television money, and they want this series to play as many games as they can. And I wouldn't be shocked if the league said to the officials the last 2 games, just make it tough on the Knicks. Make it a little hard on them. And here's something good for the Knicks fans to be happy about. They shot poorly. They played badly. They lost by 4 points in a game where they were outshot from the line 24-6 in the second half. The Knicks are just fine. Knicks in 6. It's going to happen. But, Tiki, tell me something. You played football. I coached football.
Yeah.
What happens if a player on the other team intentionally tries to injure a player on your team? What happens?
Well, in football, they'll throw an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on you, and then it'll be a warning. You get another one, you get tossed. But they're not going to. I wish that they would do that in the NBA, but we also wish for the 80s and the 90s. You know what I mean? We also say, back in the day, those 90s Knicks, they were tough. Okay, Knicks, we'll do the same thing.
Right. That's, by the way, the answer.
Right.
Now, you're going to get called for crap.
Who cares?
But I think what the Knicks now need to do, as long as it's going to be officiated this way, is to just get as dirty as they are.
You force the refs to be hypocrites.
Right.
You force the conspiracy theory that a lot of Knicks fans are espousing right now. You force it to actually be addressed. If you do the same stuff, just go knock out Castle or whoever and don't get a foul at all, then they do call it, then there's hypocrisy.
Our last caller represents a lot of people right now who think there's a huge conspiracy in the way this series has been officiated and that Adam Silver's making secret phone calls to each official saying, call it this way, call it that way. I don't buy that, but I think it is fair to look at the play in question, and the play in question was an egregious miscall.
Yeah.
Like, two things can be true
and
at the same time.
They can correct it.
Of course, they can retroactively assess Wemby a flagrant 1. I don't think it was a flagrant 2. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that. Like, he should have been thrown out of the game. It's the same as the other one from a few weeks ago.
It wasn't violent.
I don't think it is.
It wasn't violent.
It was a flagrant.
It was a flagrant foul because it was egregious and completely unnecessary and a non-basketball move. It had nothing to do with basketball. That was wrestling. So, but it wasn't violent.
I think what
if
makes
it's violence, it goes flagrant 2. And we know that they go back and look at these things.
Yeah, and they should assess him a flagrant 1. And that's significant because that would put him one flagrant 1 away, if I'm not mistaken, from an automatic suspension.
That's right. And
so it's important for the NBA to announce that if they decide to do that later today.
I mean, they went back and looked at Mitch's flagrant.
And rescinded it.
And they rescinded it because it was a nonsense call.
Yeah.
So they could now issue a flagrant on Wemby because that was a ridiculous non-basketball
and I think we all agree
aggression.
it was a bad non-call. It was egregious. And I think what makes it look worse, it's already bad. I'm telling you it's bad. Even if I don't think it's a flagrant 2, it's bad. What makes it look worse is it's a guy who's 7'4", doing it to a guy who's tiny.
6'2".
And by tiny, I mean NBA tiny.
Yeah, he's a foot and 2 inches shorter.
It makes it look worse.
It really does.
And
it looks like a grown man picking on an 8-year-old.
Yeah, it's child abuse.
Yes.
no offense to Jalen Brunson, but it's child abuse. That's the way it looked.
You shut the hell up.
Sorry. Let's go to Matthew in Mount Kisco. What's going on, Matthew?
What's going on, fellas? Listen, as upset I am, first off, waking up to a Knicks loss felt weird. Like, if this is what feeling like losing feels like, I forgot. But I can't blame the officiating, even though it was kind of annoying to watch. But if you look at the team stats comparing the Spurs and the Knicks, the game was super, super close.
Right.
Both shot 45% for the field, 35 from 3, right? Everything was just close.
Right.
What killed it, right, was the turnovers. Yep. But it wasn't, right, if the Spurs were playing defense and they were intercepting passes, that's different. You know how many Stephon Castle and Wembanyama game 2 mistake type of turnovers we had yesterday?
Yeah.
There was one particular, because you guys just spoke about Jordan Clarkson, which he did amazing. I'm super happy he came and played. But there was this one turnover when he stripped Stephon Castle beautifully, went to pass it to Josh Hart, and somehow Stephon Castle got the ball right back, got an and one.
Yep.
Layup, and it's like stuff like that cannot happen.
Yeah,
turnover. The turnover points. The Knicks scored 7 off turnovers, while the Spurs scored 21.
There's a difference.
2 less turnovers. This game would have been totally different.
No, you're right. And that one you were talking about with Jordan Clarkson, you're a ball handler. Take it up the court.
That's why.
Why are you handing it off to Josh, who was not expecting it, obviously?
No question. That's why it was a good comp to say it's like a Wemby turnover, like with Stephon Castle from game 2.
At least Wemby. It's worse, to be honest with you.
Well, it's not worse only because of the situation.
Yeah,
but yes, I get your point.
But Wemby's not a ball handler.
Right.
Wemby's not going to go 60 feet and like pull up or whatever the hell he's going to do. That's what Jordan Clarkson does.
Yeah, that's why. Our last caller mentioned it, and it's the first thing we said at the top of the show when I said, all right, Tiki, why'd they lose? Because we all have a million different reasons why. To me, it starts and it ends with the turnovers.
Right.
And they were unforced. That's what makes it worse. Not only did it lead to the 21 points I pointed out and he pointed out, it was so unnecessary. It was just so sloppy.
Right.
And if they clean that up, they probably win that game last night. And you're looking at a 3-0 deficit, and we're taking very different phone calls today. But he's also right that when you go a month and a half without losing a game, it's a weird feeling. I had a weird feeling. Like, as an IBO / coalition of Knick haters, I don't know what to do with myself leaving Madison Square Garden.
Right.
I don't know how to feel. Now, the good news is you still have that safety net. You still have that lead. And I said this, and I still feel this way, whether it's talking to callers or leaving the Garden last night. There's still a major level of confidence with this team.
There should be.
We are not getting panic mode. Now, if they lose game 4 and this series is tied 2-2, I think we'll see a very different reaction.
I am curious, Evan, leaving there as an IBO and having tickets to that game and being around all those people. This may be more for the YouTube audience, but could we just get a reenactment of what your face looked like leaving?
What does that mean?
Well, it's one thing to say you're an IBO. Give us an honest, what did your face look like
I
walking
am
out?
going to be very honest. I never clapped for the San Antonio Spurs. I never cheered. I obviously didn't engage in high fives with Knicks fans.
Sure.
I had a very straight face upon leaving the arena.
So straight poker, not a glimmer of a smirk, not a smile.
No,
give
not
it to
a
us.
smile.
Come on, give it to us for digital right now. Let me see.
Like this. Well, can you describe it to the radio audience?
Evan's face is just his lips are puckered, moving side to side, left to right on your radio dial, but a straight-eyed, no smirk.
And I'll tell you why. Because I have respect.
I know you do.
I have respect. And I know what it's like to lose brutal games. I'll tell you something else I know what it's like. You know what I was actually kind of annoyed about yesterday?
What's that?
What Craig did to Big Mac.
What did he do?
Oh, God. This is bad. So those guys did a great job. They did a halftime show, and then they did a postgame show. They incorporated a postgame show. So as I'm leaving the arena, I'm like, I got to check my guys out. I want to see how they're doing. Like, what's their analysis of this? Right. Obviously, Craig's a diehard Knick fan, Big Nick fan. Like, I'm curious, do they have the same views that I have? And I turn it on, and Craig Carton did something to Chris McMonagle that if you did to me, break-upable.
Mm-hmm.
Could end.
What?
Could end the Evan and Tiki show if you did this to me. Listen to what Craig Carton did to Chris McMonagle last night during their little post-game discussion about the Knicks.
I can pick up your spirits if you'd like me to and get you to be happy.
Well, please do.
Yankees won tonight.
That does nothing for me.
Why would you say that?
You said you wanted me to I thought you wanted to get.
I literally was just getting ready to start the game.
It's a great game, by the way. Wait till you see it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the third game we won't score this year.
I mean, you seem like you're depressed, a little down in the dumps.
Why, that's mean. I know you're a big Knick fan. You know, you dragged that hat out of the closet. But like,
that's me picking you up.
Oh, thank you very much. I feel elated.
You go to bed happy.
You can kill it now.
Evan, you know what's so bad about that?
What?
He doesn't even know what he did.
Yeah. Well, do you think he didn't know what he did?
No, Craig has no idea what he did. Right. He's like, I'm just going to give you good news. Hey, Yankees won. Big Matt didn't want to know.
He DVRs the games. He's made that clear. He's made that perfectly clear.
And by the way, because of all the Knicks, whatever, upsetness, rage, angst, anxiety, nobody was going to talk about the Yankees.
This was an easy out.
To C-Mac. Nobody was talking to him about it.
Yes, this was the easiest. All right, I'm going to go watch the Yankee game now. Yes. And at the end of their post game, Craig spoils the game for him.
And he didn't realize it. He didn't realize what he was doing.
Yeah, I think the bigger issue is McMonagle didn't realize what he was doing. When he says you want to pick me up, Chris, if you're DVR on the Yankee, you got to be on your toes. The first thing in your mouth has to be, this better not be Yankee related.
Welcome to hell! Right. Yeah, he's so I do the same thing, but I think the difference between me and Big Mac is Big Mac is such a casual, calm guy. He's like, yeah, sure, give me a pick-me-up. If you look at me the wrong way, I'll say, you're spoiling the Met game!
It was Chris McMonagle. His fat ass.
Like 2 weeks ago, I forget what Sean texted me innocuously.
It was Wagaman.
Yeah, he just said, can you believe Eric Wagaman's a Met? That's all he wrote.
It didn't even have anything to do with anything.
And I said, why are you spoiling the Met game for me?
And I'm conscious about spoiling. I'm like, well, you're aware he's a Met. I didn't tell you what he did.
Yeah, that was bad stuff. That was really dirty, below the belt. And where I'll disagree with you is you say Craig had no idea. Oh, I think he knew. I think he's a bad guy.
No.
I think that was a bad guy move.
No, because I could hear it in Craig's voice. He didn't understand why Chris was upset.
Didn't understand. All right, break the tie, Sean. Did Craig know or not know?
Because I think Craig was legitimately trying to think, hey, Knicks lost. That sucks for both of us. But guess what, C-Mac? Yankees won. I don't think he realized it. I think he legit was trying to I don't think he was trying to be a jerk.
Here's the thing, Tiki. I think that Craig could fool us all, and I don't trust that for a second.
As I was listening,
he's a good salesman with that. He is.
It didn't sound like he was. I think he was just trying to make Chris feel better.
Now that being said, a Yankee 640 game. Did Chris really have to DVR it? We're talking about games 2 hours later.
No. Yeah, yes, he did because he works until 6 o'clock and then he commutes home. It's the same reason I DVR games.
Dave and Susan to start the game.
No, that's not how it's not how I roll. You wait till you get home so you can sit down and watch the full broadcast.
I am a damage free.
That's what we do.
I don't know, man.
Don't attack the Big Mac.
The second quarter, Bellinger was already driving in the run. The game was long.
That's right.
That is true. Yeah, we had the game on up at the Chase Hyundai Bridge at Madison Square Garden. Let's go to Rick in Queens. What's up, Rick?
Hey, guys. Good morning. I just want to let you know, all the callers preceding me were really spot on. I think that the guys, when they first came out, and if you looked in their eyes even during the game, they didn't have that eye of the tiger. Right. Like with Cat and with Bridge, they just didn't have that. They just didn't have that look. There were other factors into it that you could say, because of the refs and everything else like that. But that's not the real reason. We all know that because they didn't play well.
Right.
I mean, maybe it had something to do with me not going to watch this first game with them playing in this series at the funeral home. But because let me tell you, the other two I did. Wifey was not going to come with me to the funeral home to watch this game. But I do believe if they get back to it and they really get that eye, that look, that drive to deal with it, we're going to deal with it. So I'm not worried about it. And Ev, let me tell you something. The guys, you really want the Knicks to win. You really do.
All right, is that you really? I'm not going to engage. You know what? If that's what you want to believe, we'll believe that. I'm going to be a good guy today. But Rick is dealing with something a lot of fans are dealing with. They're blaming themselves for the way they consume the game and thinking that impacted the Knicks' result. It's the same people who blame me for going or Trump for going. Like, it has nothing to do with any of us. Now, why did the Knicks come out and not play great to start the game? Why did they come out in the third quarter and play horrifically? Why did they start the fourth quarter horribly? I don't know. I mean, that's kind of like the million-dollar question when you watch the NBA. I think they know what's on the line. It's not a lack of urgency.
And it's something we haven't seen consistently. They always come out second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. They always find ways to get themselves back into the groove of things, and they just didn't, especially in the fourth quarter when it mattered most. It could not and did not make shots.
No, the beginning of the fourth quarter was brutal. They had a bunch of quick fouls that, again, I thought were legitimate. Mm-hmm. Like, we could kill the officiating all we want.
Oh, they even said that.
Yeah, and there's plenty of fouls that we've already specified, hey, that should have been called, that should have been called, all that. But I thought the Knicks getting themselves into trouble and putting the Spurs in the bonus 4 minutes into the fourth quarter, that was their own doing.
Yeah.
A part of the reason why the Spurs got to the line as often as they did is because the Knicks committed dumb fouls to start the fourth quarter. And that was a horrible way to start between the turnovers and missed shots and the dumb fouls that gave San Antonio freebies at the line. Like, you couldn't have started the fourth quarter in a worse way. Steve is calling from Ramsey. Hey, Steve.
How are you?
Good. What's on your mind?
Good. Maybe you can clarify this for me. I'm a longtime basketball fan, an ex-New Jersey Nets fan. I was actually at the New Jersey Nets San Antonio 3 games at the Continental Airlines Arena.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
But thank you. Yeah, okay. All right.
Back in the day. But we're talking about the officiating here, but I think that the Knicks got the biggest break in the officiating last night, specifically on the Luke Cornett-Josh Hart play.
Right.
When Josh Hart was on the ground, he actually went and purposely kicked Luke Cornett.
Right. Yeah.
And then
he missed,
he missed, but he did try to kick him.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yep.
And then a bunch of Knicks left the bench. Is it leaving the bench an automatic suspension? So if that be the case, shouldn't the Knicks be thankful that they got away with that one?
Well, I'm looking at the play again, and no one left the bench. It doesn't appear.
They all got up, but they didn't.
You know what? It's a technicality because the play happened next to the Knick bench.
Yeah.
So Jordan Clarkson is in his jumpsuit, if you will, and he's on the floor. So I guess technically Jordan Clarkson left the bench, but that was a weird play because Luke Cornett nails Josh Hart, but I thought it was very much incidental. Mm-hmm. Josh Hart was going for his own rebound, even though it was on a make. He was being very aggressive.
Right.
And Luke Cornett was crashing the boards. By the way, OG Anunoby is clearly off the bench. Hey, there's another guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Fair point. Can you look up that rule and see if there's any kind of line of demarcation on that?
You very rarely see it.
Well, Knick fans know about seeing it. Yeah. That's why he brings it up. It killed him in '97.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the last time I've seen that.
It happened in the mid-2000s in a Phoenix postseason series. Outside of that, if it happened in the regular season, we probably don't remember. It probably just wasn't significant. But yeah, Josh Hart deserved a flagrant, and he got one. I don't think it was a flagrant 2. Again, we take it to another level. Did Josh kind of kick at him? Yes.
Yeah.
Did Josh get up and push him? Yes. And guess what? Luke Cornett went to the free throw line.
Right.
They called a technical on Josh after review. Initially, the Garden board was only showing Luke Cornett throwing him to the ground. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Right.
Don't you have to show the other part? And so I even thought, you know what? If you want to take control of the game, you could go double technical. But Luke Cornett was more of an incidental kind of thing, and Josh Hart was, hey, I'm pissed off, I'm kicking at you, I'm getting up, and I'm pushing you kind of thing. But watching the replay, I would say that Jordan Clarkson and OG Anunoby appear to come off the bench. They're on the baseline under the basket as Josh and Cornett are kind of staring each other down. So we'll reread the rules just to make sure. Not that this – can you imagine that?
Yeah, I know.
Can you imagine –
I can't.
If the Wemby throws child Jalen Brunson away and there's no call, if the league comes out today and says
OG suspended.
OG left the bench, he's suspended for game. I'm laughing because it's not going to happen.
No, it'd be an uproar.
Yeah. Don't laugh. I'm not laughing because I'm a bad guy. I'm laughing because you know that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as this was all going on, the Yankees did win a dramatic game against the Cleveland Guardians. Let's guess the Yankee turning point. This seems pretty straightforward. That will probably be Cody Bellinger's game-winning hit.
Yep, going opposite field.
So I guess this would be the second straight Cody Bellinger turning point. Let's find out if that's the case.
Runners return to their respective bases. 2-2 from Armstrong. Pitch to Bellinger. Swung on, hit the other way, into left field, base hit. Sanchez scores. Here comes Ben around second. Hit throw from Kwan. It's cut off. Throw to third. Diving in. He's out at third, Schumann. But 2-run score, and the Yankees have a 7-5 lead here in the 10th inning. Good job there by Cody Bellinger again.
You know why that was really important besides giving them the lead in the 10th inning? Their bullpen was done.
Oh, right.
He used deep everybody in this game. I think Fernando Cruz was the only guy left after David Bednar. So we were in a position where if that game went much longer.
You're getting a position player.
Yeah.
Who would it be, you think?
Max Schumann.
I think Jazz would love
Jazz?
I think Jazz would love to do it.
Little Jazz Chisholm?
Little Jazz Chisholm on the mound.
Spencer Jones.
Oh.
Well,
yeah.
Luckily we never got there because Cody got the game-winning hit. More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Plus, Mike Brown really went after the officials. We'll break down his strategy and how he did it and if it was brilliant or not. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan.
I'm always busy and juggling life and family, so knowing my family is safe, especially when I'm not with them, is of utmost importance. That's why we turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system. A smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my home. The cameras, the garage door control, the lighting, Alexa control, it's all right there for me and easily controllable right from my iPhone. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Excuse me. Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Andersen windows, patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your jobs on track. And with Rama Rewards for Pros, earn up to 2% back plus perks like free delivery. Windorama for Pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit windorama.com/4-pros to learn more.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
San Antonio Spurs trio of young stars, impressive beyond belief in Game 3 of the Finals on the road at Madison Square Garden. The three leading scorers, Victor Wembanyama, age 22, Stephon Castle, age 21, and Dylan Harper, age 20. The Spurs might not win the championship this year, but I think they've clearly shown in beating OKC and the way they've played here, they'll be a force for years to come. I'm Nick Costos.
The U.S. Treasury quietly released its official financial report for 2025. It appears by its own numbers, the U.S. government seems insolvent. It's reported that the Treasury shows about $6 trillion in assets and over $47 trillion in liabilities. Add it all up, and it looks like the U.S. owes more than $130 trillion it doesn't have. If that were a family, they'd earn $52,000 a year, spend $73,000, and already be more than $1 million underwater. Any accountant would call that insolvent. So how does the government fix this? It can print money, which erodes your purchasing power, it can raise taxes, or it can cut benefits. And none of those can help to protect you. That's why many people who have something to lose move part of their savings into physical gold and silver, assets that can't be printed, defaulted on, or voted away. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide and a no-pressure conversation. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest inventory of name brand tires at discount prices, including Michelin tires, which give you the perfect match. A relaxing driving experience from your vehicle, along with all-season design for ultimate performance that stands out from the crowd. And Town Fair stands out from other dealers with a guaranteed lowest price on Michelin tires and gives you more free services for life than anywhere. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast. It's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
The savings are coming!
Wow! He showed up just in time.
It's America's 250th birthday. We're celebrating a month early at Nielsen Dodge.
By giving you freedom of choice. Save up to $250 off service. Save up to $250 off accessories.
With leases for $250 or under.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport S 4-door 4x4, just $249 a month. Leased with loyalty for just $229 a month.
There's always zero down payment. The credit help you need. More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals. For leases $250 or under, hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event.
With approval, term 36-24 months, due at sign, every month $58.44 with loyalty $58.24. Add tax tag $498 doc and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
The biggest stage in world soccer is days away, and every goal changes everything. And now FanDuel is giving you a reason to root for every single one, introducing Every Goal Pays. Bet on a match, and you get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. That's right, more goals means more bonus bets, and all you have to do is turn on your token. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started now. Let there be goals on FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com/New York, bet on a match, and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure as all the betting markets you could possibly want. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply bonus token. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Well, I've got good news, Knicks fans. After consulting with a handful of NBA experts, A timeout was called on that Josh Hart, Luke Cornett kerfuffle. Yes. So OG Anunoby coming off the bench is not against the rules because it's a timeout.
There you go.
So all good. No suspensions coming for OG coming off of the bench. But obviously,
you're worried for a second.
Yeah, were you worried though?
No, not really.
Nah. I wasn't worried. It was just, I was looking back at the clip. Guy made a good point. I was like, let me assess what was going on. Mike Brown, obviously, after the game, took a shot at the officials. And maybe you guys have heard it or you've read the quotes. I want to break it down because I thought the way Mike Brown approached it was fascinating and surgical.
Yeah, it was smart.
It was very smart. Now, I remember you and I arguing. I don't know if you remember all of our arguments, but 2 years ago, I passionately defended one Rick Carlisle, and I forget who else, maybe Tom Thibodeau as well, when they were really going after the officials after games. And my point to you was, Tiki, it's not about if they're right or not. This is what you do. You work officials.
Of course.
It's what Phil Jackson does. It's what he did back in the day so well. So sometimes, and I know we're biased because, you know, you're fans of a certain team, so you like this coach, you don't like that coach. I'm just telling you, independently, coaches have to do this. You got to work the officials. I know it's stupid. I know it doesn't seem like that's fair, but it's important. So when Rick Carlisle did the whole we're a small town team bit, while many people got annoyed, I was like, guys, you have to understand why he's doing it.
You're right.
And when Tom Thibodeau pulled the same act, again, you have to understand why they're doing it. I think Mike Brown's approach was fascinating. So I broke this up into 4 pieces. Part number 1, and this is how the press conference opens. Not a question is asked yet to Mike Brown. He starts off by putting over the San Antonio Spurs. Take a listen.
Make sure I get something clear. Coach Mitch Johnson and the Spurs, they won the game tonight. They came and took the game.
Made it very clear. I just want to start by telling you the Spurs won tonight. It sounded like he was about to say they kicked our ass. He stopped. He said they took it from us.
Yep.
I like that because you've disarmed everybody. You've made very clear, I'm not making excuses. They beat us. Now, in Brown clip number 2, he begins his complaint.
I will say this. I never thought I'd be in the NBA Finals and see a team get 24 free throw attempts in the second half to another team's 8.
Very good. I never thought I'd ever be in the NBA Finals, and then he gives you the fact, the cold, hard fact, whether you like it or not, 24-8. I like the way he's doing this.
Yep.
Approach number 3 is my favorite part. This is my favorite part of how he's executing this. He wants to remind you, I do this all the time, he wants to remind you, I'm not a complainer. I'm not one to bitch. It's like when I'm about to say something about, I think the Spurs are going to win this series, I like to remind you, hey, I'd say the same thing about the Mets or Nets. I'm a loser. Very good, Mike Brown. He's learned at the knee of Evan Roberts. You always need to preface. Here's Mike Brown reminding you, not a complainer.
I don't think I complain much about officials or the fairness when it comes to the free throw attempts.
See, I like this. I'm just letting you know, I don't do this.
Right.
So what I just said, I don't normally do. And then Mike ends his complaint by going into further details.
San Antonio is a great team. They're a great team. Okay? It's going to lower our odds big time, if we play game 4 and in the second half they get 24 free throw attempts to our 8. And maybe we were fouling. But they fouled too.
That was the most important thing.
Oh, that was well done, bro. You like that end part?
That was the most important part.
And I agree with
we fouled because the players even said, look, we committed the foul.
No doubt.
But so did they.
Yes.
And they just didn't get called for them.
I have heard officials get ripped by coaches for years. It's like such a common practice in the NBA. I talked about how Phil Jackson used to do it brilliantly. You work the officials. I think Mike Brown's nice guy, surgical approach and calm approach to how he killed the officials, I'd put that in the Hall of Fame. I think he did a brilliant. I think he hit every note. I give the Spurs credit. They're a great team. They beat us. Let me present to you the facts. And let me do it in like the nicest tone ever. As if, you know what? We'll all go out for dinner after this. I think he did
They probably did.
Which they may have.
No, it was too late.
I think Mike Brown did exactly what he needed to do. Now, is that going to lead to the whistle being more beneficial to the Knicks in Game 4? I don't know. We'll see. It tends to be the case. Like when Rick Carlisle filed that little "we're a small market team, we're not New York" complaint, the next day or the next game, they got the calls.
Right.
They absolutely got the call. It works. So I think that Mike Brown worked the officials in a brilliant way. I don't think he hit any wrong note. I think he hit exactly what he needed to hit. Reminded everyone, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm not a bitching complainer. Put the Spurs over. I have nothing but respect for those guys. And even owned, yeah, we probably did foul. But they fouled too. I thought 10 out of 10 in terms of the way Mike Brown approached that postgame.
Yeah. No, look, he said what everybody wanted to hear him say. I think most people probably wanted him to be yell and scream because that's what Knicks fans were doing. I mean, you look at social media right now, all it is memes and posts about how bad the officiating was and how Jalen Brunson got assaulted and Josh Hart by Cornette got knocked the bolt over and this foul discrepancies. So maybe they wanted him to be mad about it, but it's not his personality.
No.
So he handled it the way that he should have handled it. You address it. You don't make it a big deal. You're keeping yourself from getting fined, but you make a point.
Absolutely. And I think the most egregious one was probably Victor Wembanyama tossing Jalen Brunson a while, throwing him away like a child.
Yeah.
How is that so egregious, Evan?
Oh, you want to chime in?
Why don't you go and ask Sean Morash?
I've watched this replay now 40 times. Jalen Brunson is mugging Wembanyama pulling on his jersey for like 30 straight seconds. And Wembanyama is enough to toss him, and Brunson did not need to flop like that on the court.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You still can't. You don't do that.
But Brunson's the aggressor on the whole play.
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? Of course it matters. It should be a foul on Brunson.
So last week or last game, I think it was game 2, or was it maybe 1? Whenever Mitch got the tech, who was the aggressor on that play?
Okay.
Exactly. It was Wembanyama. It was Wembanyama leaning into Mitch, just pushing him. Mitch takes 2 hands and just pushes him away, and he gets a technical?
He shouldn't have got a technical. I agree.
Exactly. They rescinded it. So, like, what are you even talking about?
I'm just saying, everybody is acting like Wembanyama disrespected and treated Brunson like it was the worst, most egregious moment last night, when the whole thing is Brunson is baiting him in by being far worse by not letting him go and tugging on the jersey. Let's just be real about it.
Oh, no, let's be real. I want to do like a telestrator breakdown. Obviously, I need you to be descriptive because it's radio. I just texted you a video of the assault in question, the Wembanyama, Jalen Brunson situation, and you made a claim to the jury being the audience, that Brunson was grabbing him for 30 seconds. I want you to watch the clip, and I want you to count for how many seconds Jalen Brunson grabbed Wemby. Go ahead.
Let me mute it.
Yep.
Hold on, I got to go.
You know, Brunson flops a lot.
The whole clip's 5 seconds.
Oh, the whole clip's 5. That's interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. Okay.
So Jalen Brunson grabbed him for 4 seconds, you're saying?
4 seconds, an eternity
in the NBA. So you went from 30 seconds to 4.
NBA time, that's 30.
By the way, I've counted it. It's not 4 seconds. It's 2 seconds.
I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sean, Jalen Brunson grabbed him. I agree with you.
Those are child seconds.
Yeah, right.
There's a Mississippi in between.
And it's a half a second push.
If you realize, but he threw him.
He didn't throw him.
Sean,
that is just a size toss. That is not a throw.
It doesn't matter.
The throw, it looks like a throw because Brunson's flopping for the 40th time in the series. But it's
Brunson flops a lot.
It is not a throw.
Or when you're 7'4" and you push down on a 6'2" guy,
so,
guess what? You're going down.
So this is like an Aaron Judge strike something. So we got to punish Victor Wembanyama for being a mutant tall? I mean, he gave him the Heisman. Get off of me.
Dude, he threw him to the ground.
He threw him to the ground because he's 4 feet taller than him.
And I'll tell you something else. I've called Jalen Brunson a flopper. Walt Clyde Frazier has called Jalen Brunson a flopper. I don't think he flopped on that play. I'm watching it again.
He overstuttered on the ground.
Wemby threw him. He threw him to the ground.
I don't want to be the bad guy, Mike. This
you're not
like
the bad guy.
Like a New York bias here.
Sean, you're not the bad guy. You're just wrong. And that's okay.
You can't pull on somebody's jersey and not expect to get tossed. I'm sorry.
No.
What world are we living in?
You can expect.
No, you can't. It's the NBA Finals. You're tugging on the star player trying to bait him. You bait him, he throws you. We're going to go, oh, Wembanyama, what a horrible person. What are we talking about?
Because the crime
Brunson was the little weasel there.
The action didn't fit the crime.
Kings don't do that.
Oh, stop. This is what this is about?
Now we know what you're getting at.
Yeah, I got you.
No.
Dude,
Kings don't turn the ball over 2 times to start the second half either. But, okay, bro.
He's already framing his argument.
I think it was 3.
Jalen didn't play well.
The third happened a couple minutes later. But yes.
Yeah. Jalen hasn't played well. I think we can all own that through 3 games. They need him to be better. I mean, that's probably, I guess, the best thing about this series is that Jalen hasn't played that well, and you're up 2-1. But that play, if we're being fair, was an egregious foul that should have been called on Wemby, and the NBA still has an opportunity to retroactively assess him a flagrant 1, which doesn't change the result of last night, but puts him on notice because now he would be a flagrant 1 away from possibly being suspended. This is a big moment for the NBA.
Again, just to be clear, big moment for the NBA. Just so we're clear, and I know you're IBOing and Tiki's IBO, we're all doing this. The Knicks fans complaining about this, the same Knicks fans who tug at their heartstrings about the bad boy 90s Knicks and the toughness and Anthony Mason, suddenly are screaming from the bloody rooftops that Victor Wembanyama, now we can't let them play?
Look it up because you'll have no idea. Red herring. That is an absolute red herring, bro. That has nothing to do.
Red herring, we're not doing a TV show murder mystery here.
That has nothing to do with the officiating of this series or what happened last night.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Like you
King
are
of the red herring.
My point is, it's not egregious.
Yeah, but comparing it to the
play.
comparing it to the 90s, Knicks, are you serious?
But
that's
my
your
point
argument?
is, everybody who's complaining is the same people who are longing for those days. Guess what? You're getting those days in these NBA Finals, including Josh Hart, frankly acting like a punk bitch when all Cornette did was move.
Whoa. Jeez.
Oh, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy for simply observing the ridiculous notion that the refs suddenly were in the back pocket. The Knicks played like a bunch of whiny baby losers last night.
Wow.
I don't know how you look at this. Wemby extends his arm
because he's so tall.
Okay, on the back of his head to the ground.
Should he have turned around and twisted to the front of his head? What is he supposed to do? He can't reach his chest. He's too tall.
I don't know
how's he supposed to get him off.
I honestly don't know how you look at this and don't see why this is.
Dude, it's egregious.
All right,
it's okay. Just say it, bro.
Let's go a little calmer. How can Wembanyama get Brunson off him from tugging the shirt? How?
By not throwing him to the ground.
So then tell me how.
You push him off.
He did push him off.
No, he didn't.
And Brunson ended up on the ground because he's 40 feet taller.
You realize in game 2 or game 1, okay, I'm forgetting now which one it was. Jalen Brunson got a foul called on him for grazing Vashel's head.
And I didn't like the call. I didn't like the call. Yeah.
Hair.
I agree.
And wasn't there also a non-call when Jalen had his jersey tugged?
Yes.
Like completely tugged.
Yeah.
And there was no
I don't think
call.
the refs have been perfect. My point is that's not an egregious moment. That's all I'm saying.
No, that one was. All of them were egregious.
We're going to have to agree to disagree, Evan. All right? From my view, where I was up top, I didn't think so.
I also think you should have an NBA Finals game.
He got his entire team to come off the bench when all Cornette did was literally move an inch. I mean...
But you know what? Like,
I have respect emotion. I get it. But that was a whiny moment.
Sean, we're watching the game, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sitting upstairs. You're watching on TV. We're all consuming the game. We saw something Josh Hart didn't see. All Josh Hart knew is that he got pushed to the ground by Luke Cornette. He didn't see that it was incidental, which I saw, you saw, and most people saw. So his reaction is that he got hit and is falling to the ground, and he turns around, and there's Luke Cornette. So I'm going to at least... Look, he deserved a technical. We're all agreeing Josh got a T and he deserved it. But let's not act like he's some psycho because he got up and pushed him when he didn't know that it was incidental.
All I'm saying is he came across like a whiny baby in that moment. Now, listen, do I overreact a lot to stuff here with you on the radio? Do I do that?
Yeah.
Do I come across as a whiny bitch sometimes?
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That was a moment.
All right. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. John is calling from Queens. Hey, John.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Can we mute Sean, please? He's been terrible today so far.
Bad day for Sean.
Put him on mute.
He's having
put him on the mute for the rest of the show, man.
He's having a bad shooting day today. He's a
very bad shooting day. He's shooting like Shamit shot last night from the field.
You're Shamit and Bridges combined right now. Sean.
For real. I want to shout out OG, man. I hate wasting OG's games like that, man. He was phenomenal last night.
Right.
He tried to weld us, and I want to play a little game with you guys. So Wemby's how tall?
7'4", I think he's listed at.
Yeah.
And Jalen Brunson is how tall?
6'2".
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Who should get protected a little more?
No, I get you.
A little guy.
Okay. Another point. How old is Jalen Brunson?
Jalen is 29 years old, about to turn 30.
How old is Wemby?
Very young. 22, I think, now?
No, yeah.
Is he younger than that? He is
I think
22.
there's a little bit of an age... Yep. I think there's some age discrimination going on in the NBA, too. Why? What's crazy about the NBA to me is, okay, you get a player. He's the alien. He's this big, bad Wemby, 6'5", 7'5". But the way that they go to protect this guy is crazy to me. You blow on him and they call a foul. Meanwhile, Jalen Brunson brings up the ball. They're riding him. They're holding him in his bag. They're pushing him. And he can't get... So I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me that you protect a 7-foot guy who is towering over everybody. And why I said to mute Sean, too, previously, on that same play, look what's going on with Cat. Keldon Johnson has his elbow right in Cat's face on that same play that Brunson got smushed, right? And then what about the foul on Castle? Castle loads up on Brunson. How is that not a flagrant one?
Right. Yeah.
Right? And then that closeout 3-point on Brunson that they called a tech, he barely went into, like, I know the reckless closeout, and I'm all for that. That's, I know a couple of guys got hurt on that play, but that was not a reckless closeout.
And then there was a corner 3 that they didn't call a reckless closeout on, which it appeared was more reckless than the Brunson call.
The closeout it's hard because it's really the landing area. That's all they're looking at. If the jumper lands on your foot, then it's reckless. That's basically what it came down to.
I half agree.
I had less of a problem with Jalen Brunson getting a foul on that one, a flagrant.
Yeah, I half agree, half disagree with our last caller. Here's where I'll start with the disagreement, I guess. I do not get the impression that there is this outward attempt to protect Wemby. I don't sense that. Like, he gets hacked. He's a big guy. I always thought back in the day Shaquille O'Neal was actually fouled more than they ever called on.
No, there's no doubt.
Because sometimes when you're so big and strong, I'll say that about LeBron too. I know that would cause Carton to have a coronary, but I think LeBron, if you look at the entirety of his career, has not gotten as many calls as he probably deserved.
Because he's physical and can go through it.
Now,
and
Wemby
Shaq would go through it. Wemby doesn't.
Wemby's not as thick as those guys, but I think he gets beat up a lot.
I don't think it's the protecting of Wemby. That's not what we're seeing. It's the lack of the calls on Wemby. That's the issue.
Yeah, well, it goes back to what Mike Brown said. It's more about the calls the Knicks weren't getting than the fouls the Knicks were committing.
100%.
Because the Knicks were committing a lot of fouls. So I think the argument, and this is where I would agree with our last caller, and we talked about this when we thought it was going to be SGA against Jalen Brunson, how while Jalen may flop, Jalen doesn't get nearly the amount of calls as an SGA or many other stars in this league.
No.
He just doesn't. Now, what's the reason for that? I wish I had an answer. I don't have a conspiracy theory that's going to suit most Knicks fans to tell you why. I could just tell you he doesn't, and it's backed up by the stats. It's backed up by his free throw attempts. It's backed up by the eye test if you watch him. So I don't know the why on that, but to me the bigger issue is Brunson not getting calls more so than any kind of overprotection of Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, which I don't think is happening. I don't think they're overprotecting Wemby. I think Wemby, when he gets fouled, it's because he's actually getting fouled.
Yes.
I think they don't know how to officiate Wemby. Because he's not as bulky with that size. And I think when he plays with the elbows flying all over the place, how to do it, I think he's tough to officiate.
Yeah, because you have to give him his space to do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And he's just massive.
There are a lot of people. I apologize to our last caller that kindly requested that Sean Morash's microphone be muted.
Why don't you go and ask Sean Morash?
But there are a few people on hold that are very upset with Sean. So we'll take those phone calls coming up at 888-808-1019, plus a brand new edition of Posted and Toasted. It is Evan and Tiki on an incredibly busy, what day of the week is it? Tuesday?
I have no idea.
Yeah, we're doing Posted and Toasted.
Every week in these NBA playoffs feel like it's the same day.
They all feel like the same day. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, you got to check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that's already sold over 1 million shirts. Now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer, and this thing is absolutely legit. Perfect for travel. It's light, sharp, wrinkle resistant. You can just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my boys over at collarsandco.com. You can use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com. Or you can stop by their brand new store, which is up on 182 Columbus Avenue on the Upper West Side.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Kalshi. It's also sponsored by Jag Physical Therapy. Jag Physical Therapy is now open in Kearney, New Jersey. at 206 Bergen Avenue. JAG PT's expert physical therapists help patients recover faster, move stronger, and get back to the life they love without pain holding them back. Make an appointment at jagpt.com. That's jagpt.com.
Trade the basketball finals on Kalshi. New York is currently trading at 78% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out over $120 if they win the series. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi, trade on anything.
Spring is winding down, but pest season is just getting started. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all season long. With local offices in the New York metropolitan area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
I don't need to tell you. New Yorkers are paying more for everything. Rent, utilities, groceries, every single month. The office that's supposed to protect us is on the sidelines. I'm Raj Goyal.
The board is blinking, there's sauce on channel 3. Sean's got crumbs in the faders and ranch where the level should be. He's chewing through the traffic update, spilling lunch on every knob. Somebody grab a paper towel. How does Sean Morash still have a job? How does Sean Morash still have a job? No, really, how does Sean still have a job? A terrible bullboard op, a giant shill, a Knicks troll sent by God. He's got meatball grease on the soundboard and blue cheese in the ox. Somebody call engineering. How does Sean Morash still have a job? He'll defend the Giants like a preacher, even when they're getting robbed. Jackson Dart could spike one backwards. Sean would say that's a pro-style lob. Then the Knicks lose one possession, and he's dancing like a slob. With buffalo sauce on the dump button, how does Sean Morash still have a job? Evans yelling, Tiki sighing, the callers want his head. The board smells like mozzarella sticks and half the buttons are dead. How does Sean Morash still have a job? No, really, how does Sean still have a job? A board-up disaster with a hoagie in hand, turning WFAN into a deli stand. He's trolling the Knicks, praising the Giants, leaving crumbs like it's his job. Somebody wipe down the studio. How does Sean Morash still have a job?
He never has to iron, polos for golf, and more, all perfect for the summer. Shop our Father's Day sale going on now at untuckit.com or at one of our 80-plus stores nationwide. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at Thrivewell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the finals. Egypt is trading at 17% to best Belgium, meaning a $100 trade pays out $589 if they win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there is no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's code CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Sunshine, high 78.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Evan usually brings everything back to the Giants, so I will do that right now. The Giants had an injury scare at mandatory minicamp yesterday. Abdul Carter limped off the field with his shoe off. Pat Leonard made it feel like it was going to be an amputation. Turns out just a little twisted, tweaked ankle. He'll be okay for camp. Meanwhile, undrafted rookie Dominic Zavada continues an impressive spring, going perfect on field goals in front of the media, while Ben Sauls missed a couple kicks. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
We all had noticed that the President of the United States was going to be at the game last night. And so you needed to get to the game early. There was extra security measures, and everybody was in the building before tip-off at 8:30. The place was actually packed like a half hour before. But on the air yesterday, we were predicting when they would show the president, how they would show the president, the reaction to the president. So let's go back to yesterday's show and hear what we said concerning President Donald Trump at Game 3 of the NBA Finals. He's going to be put on the Jumbotron during the national anthem. And that will eliminate any chance of, like, did they boo him? Did they cheer him? Because most people, doesn't mean people won't, but most people don't want to boo during the national anthem. It's just like you just don't want to.
And you shouldn't.
And you should. I agree with you. So I think you're going to see him with his hand over his heart, standing up in the Dolan suite in the midst of the national anthem. And that's going to be the screen time he gets. And you'll see it on TV, too, because ABC's been showing the national anthem and the introductions.
Right.
Like the circus stuff they've been doing for the Knicks, the cartoon stuff. So that's my prediction. And therefore, we'll never get a true indication on it. Was he booed or was he cheered?
That's a good call.
Because there's no real answer to that because most people who would boo wouldn't boo. And if you do boo, we're probably looking down on you because you booed during the national anthem.
Right.
So it's like a real slippery slope. Enough.
Welcome back to New York.
Yeah.
Did we forget where we live?
I think I forgot for a second.
Yeah, we definitely did.
So the part I got right was they did show him during the national anthem. They did it on TV as well. This is fascinating to me. So I took a video of the reaction that Trump got, and I put it out on social media without comment. Just put the video out there, which apparently was taken by news agencies. And so reading the mentions was hysterical. The guy got booed. It's very straightforward.
Right. You can't spin it any other way.
It is very simple. He got booed. Now, I can't tell you if it's all political or if some of it was the fact that people don't like waiting on lines. Like, there could be a myriad of reasons why he was booed.
It was probably both.
Yeah.
I'm sure
because
that pushed
anybody
the
that
neutral
I
crowd.
talked to that went to the game last night said this was the most miserable attending a game that I've ever been to in my life.
It was rough.
I told you it was going to be that.
No, you're right. And I think that, like, I was talking to a bunch of people online to try to get their perspective on a lot of things. And one guy told me that he wants to rescind his vote for Trump because of the line that he was on, which, by the way, some other people in the line did not like that. They didn't like that he said that. So he got booed. Now, I went to my mentions out of curiosity just to see what people would say. And it was, your typical stuff, like all political. Oh, did you hear all the cheers? Oh, we got booed.
One of those woke libtards.
Stop. My favorite was a guy from Iowa who does not follow me, doesn't know who I am, and must have just gotten there through a news agency, accused me of using AI to make the video and said, "You're so cheap, you loser. You left the watermark on." And I'm like, what is this guy talking about? I took a video and I tweeted it. So that made me laugh the most. The guy from Iowa who accused me of creating an AI video last night.
So clearly he's a moron.
Yeah. But he did stay for the entire game.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, how is he going to leave?
How?
Yes.
By getting up and leaving.
But do you realize what it would take for him to leave that game?
Yeah, no, but whether it's after the game or during the game, it would have been hectic either way.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to stay for the game.
Are you sure? Social media had him leaving with 7 minutes left in the fourth
Is
quarter.
that true?
Yeah, like the Secret Service had moved off the perch. There was a bunch of videos, and he was no longer in the box with 7 minutes left in the fourth.
Wow, so he tapped out.
But again, I
gave
have
up.
to preface that by saying this is what social media videos say, and who the hell knows what's real and what's not.
By the way, that is not uncommon forget the president of the United States, but for celebrities to leave stuff like that. Because you guys know I've gotten somewhat close with Teddy Swims.
Yes.
So he wrote me because Rondé was at the Super Bowl. And he was like, "Hey, are you here with your brother?" And I was like, "No, but Rondé's there. Where you at? I'll send him up to the wherever suite you're in to go hang out." And he didn't get back to me till the late third quarter. He was like, "No, we got to leave because leaving is the harder part than getting in." So he left the Super Bowl early.
Wow.
And so
That
I
sucks.
think you have to.
Yeah.
Because there's no way with 18,000 people plus all trying to get out of whatever exit that the president is going to go out with you. It's impossible.
Yeah,
So
no, I
he's either
get
got to
you.
leave early or stay an hour late.
Yeah, and he ain't staying an hour
And
late.
it's not when it's 11:30 at night.
And I've said this before. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. I think Big Mac brought it up to Craig, and Craig said it's the dumbest opinion of all time. He's just wrong. I would have legislation that tells if you are president of the United States,
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to just do things like this. And I know that sounds crazy, and I'm being dead serious because there's actually a law that presidents can't drive their own car. It's like a real rule.
that true?
I swear to God, it's a real law, and I think it's stupid. I would rescind that. Yeah, look it up. I'm not even kidding. George W. Bush committed a crime a few weeks ago. I'm just kidding. He was on a tractor.
Is that because then they'd have to pump gas?
I don't know the specificity of the rule. I'm just saying that when you are president, first of all, thank you. You don't get paid a lot of money, even if you can make money off the presidency.
Yes.
And you are doing a public service. And so thank you for being president. One of the things you need to do.
No official federal law prohibiting U.S. presidents from driving. But
there you go. There's the but.
It is strictly enforced. Mandatory rule directed by the United States Secret Service for security reasons.
See?
This is both current and former presidents.
I told you that. That's why I said George W. Bush may have committed a crime 3 weeks ago when he was on his tractor.
Wait, so you tell me that Barack Obama,
that's correct,
who's not been president for a lot of years now,
yeah,
has never been behind the wheel of a car.
Well, if he is, lock him up.
That is one of the great joys in life. Is getting in your car and going wherever the F you want.
Dude, I agree with you.
And not being able to do that would drive me crazy.
I agree.
That's why I'm never running for president.
Absolutely, and I agree. I think that's egregious. What I'm saying is your job as president is to serve us and do what's best for the country and for the world. You doing fun activities which causes havoc on everyone else is selfish, and it shouldn't happen. And so moving forward, and if you want to grandfather Trump in until he's out of office, fine, let him party. But after that, this needs to be a law. It's selfish. It affects small businesses. It affects everybody. And it's not necessary. Other than the UN. All right, fine. You got to talk to those phonies at the UN. Kofi Annan. Wait a second. I think he's dead.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Here's a little caveat to this driving thing.
I put him down a rabbit hole.
They are permitted to drive on private property, such as ranches or golf courses.
Okay, my apologies to President Bush. You're good.
Yes.
Because he was on that ranch the other day, and he was, pushing those leaves. He's good. Bush is good.
Bush is fine.
Obama? I don't know. I don't know. Anyhow, it's time for a brand new edition of Posted and Toasted.
It's time for Posted and Toasted.
Posted and toasted in 1, 2, 3. Posted and toasted where Evan finds the treats. Posted and toasted will Tiki guess them right? It's posted and toasted time.
Posted and Toasted is brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm, injuredvisitinjurylawyer.com, and Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine. Here are some old tweets from our FAN coworkers. Tiki, you'll guess who tweeted it. This one's kind of funny. You're going to like this one. This is 8 years ago, January 2nd, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Spurs Knicks is the most boring, tight NBA game ever.
What?
Spurs Knicks is the most boring, tight NBA game ever. Is that Craig Carton, Greg Giannotti, Sean Morash, or Evan Roberts?
That's Sean.
Kiss my fatty!
You are correct. That is Sean Morash, who was tweeting a Knicks Spur game from 2018, bitching and moaning how boring it was.
Was it really that boring?
I don't remember that game.
Clearly, because it was boring.
I've watched 1,000 games since then.
Fair enough. This
What
one,
month?
That was January
Wow.
2nd.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was no football, and you were just like, I want to watch some bad basketball.
Wait, you said 8 months or 8 years?
8 years.
Wow.
2018. That's a bad Knick team right there.
Yeah.
You don't watch the Knicks? Yeah. Eat it.
This one is very timely because the New York Mets begin a series today against the St. Louis Cardinals. This is from June 16th, 2023. The Cardinals are horrible. The Mets have to sweep this series. By the way, not that the Cardinals are horrible. I would say for this year, they're mediocre. But I do agree with that last sentence. The Mets have to sweep this series.
Aren't they the leading wild card team right
They
now?
are, but they're not that good. They're not horrible. They're just not that good.
They're 7 games over 500.
I understand.
Well,
They
you're
will
7 games under.
Okay. I'll make you a little side bet. They will finish under 500. You want to do that?
The Cardinals?
Give me that hand. Under 500. They're not a good team.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean the Mets are going to beat them. I'm just saying. All right, so who tweeted that one back in 2023? Cardinals are horrible. The Mets have to sweep the series. Is that Evan Roberts, Tommy Lugauer, Sean Morash, or Greg Giannotti?
Loogie.
No biggie.
Correct. 2 for 2.
I just cannot believe the day after a Knicks NBA Finals loss, you guys just bet on whether the Cardinals will finish under 500 or not.
I mean, he pushed back on me. I wanted to defend myself. Oh, this is a good one. December 30th, 2023. OG Anunoby is what the Knicks hoped RJ Barrett would be. Oh. Is that Greg Giannotti, Tommy Lugauer, Evan Roberts, or Craig Carton?
That's Gio.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
Not Gio.
You're wrong.
Tommy again?
Nah.
You're wrong.
Craig?
You're wrong.
It was me. Yeah, that's right.
That's
I guess I can see that now. You're taking a shot at RJ or at Barrett.
I don't think it was a shot. I think it was more that RJ was supposed to be really good. Look, when you're taking number 3 overall, there are high expectations. And I didn't think RJ Barrett was bad at any stretch.
And you went to Duke.
No doubt. I think OG Anunoby has just been everything that when you were dreaming about what RJ could be, he is. And so when you look at the building of this Knick team, that trade, I mean, you put it right towards the top. I know Jalen's number one, but what a deal that was.
Trade-wise, it's easily benefited the Knicks. But I'm trying to think if R.J. Barrett ever was going to be what OG is.
What did you think R.J. was going to be when they drafted him at number 3? Like, what did you think his ceiling was going to be?
I thought he'd be a really good playmaker, an off-ball playmaker, and someone who'd be slashing. I thought he was more athletic than he was, to be honest.
And I thought he'd be a good defender.
I don't know if
I thought so.
The problem is that I have this bias because I went to Virginia against Duke.
So
I'm being honest.
Right.
I think they're all soft. And it's not that they are. That's just what I feel about them.
Right.
And so I never felt like he would be a great defender. And so when I try to now, and this is in retrospect, obviously, compare what OG is, I was like, dude, R.J. Barrett really had never chance to ever be OG.
Well, I think now looking back on it, I mean, not that he had no chance, because I think R.J.'s had a nice NBA career. Look what he did in the first round of the playoffs. Like, he had some big shots, some big moments. It's just that OG Anunoby really turned out to be so perfect for this team. And I mentioned this yesterday, and we have a long way to go. The Knicks still need to win 2 more games, obviously, to win this series. But right now, from my money, 3 games into the NBA Finals, he is the Finals MVP. We talked about this yesterday. If you want to rewind on the Odyssey app, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns was a popular name. And a caller brought this up yesterday about Cat, and I think it became even more obvious in Game 3. Cat had not scored in the fourth quarter of Game 1 or Game 2.
Which is crazy.
And yesterday, it continued.
Hey.
So Karl Anthony Towns now, despite playing mostly well in this series, has not scored a fourth quarter point. He's taken 6 shots. He's played 29 minutes, quarter point.
He's wearing down. Playing 38, almost 40 minutes a game.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, and by the fourth quarter, he's defensively exhausted.
Andrew Shamet, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019, the number. Pat is in Matawan. What's up, Pat?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Big fan of you guys. There's 2 things I would like to talk about. In the first quarter, what were they doing defending Wemby? Why were they switching on him every play? They got to put a body on him. And then the second point is, no political figures, again, for the rest of the NBA Finals in MSG.
Yeah, I know, but there's only so much you could do when the president wants to come, or the mayor. I think the mayor actually bought a ticket, I think is the story.
Did we completely ignore Mamdani?
He was never shown on the board, so...
Was he actually there?
Yes, I saw a picture of him there, and apparently he claimed to the media he bought his ticket for like $1,000. It was a standing room seat, which I was actually standing at before I went over to my seat. I was talking to Anthony Gallo, who was also there, and yeah, he bought the seat from the Knicks,
right?
But he was never shown on the Tron. In fact, there were a lot of celebrities at this game that we never saw, including, and I think Met fans are going to appreciate this, We Love Soto.
Wow.
How about that? Now, they were never shown on the big screen, and I'm disappointed because I was saying to the guy I went with, if they showed Soto on the big screen, knowing how many Yankee fans exist, I think Juan Soto would have been booed out of the building.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there's got to be some Met fans, though.
I'm not saying there aren't Met fans. I'm saying there are more Yankee fans. That's all.
Not to relitigate this, but of those Yankee fans, there's still a large portion that respect the fact he's like a Yankee hero.
No, that's BS, dude.
He hit the biggest home run the team has had in 10 years.
I don't think Yankee fans hate Juan Soto. I think they hate that he went to the Mets.
Yeah, we don't hate the guy.
They don't hate him. And by the way, he was also hitting bombs when he was, whatever it was, 2 weeks ago, throwing up the Jalen Brunson 3 thing.
No, I know, but that's hold on. There's so many things here. Sean, Yankee fans boo the crap out of him and chant F.U. Soto. How could you say they like him? They don't like him.
That's a thing at Met fans. That is like a thing towards the Mets.
So if Juan Soto is at Madison Square Garden and they show him last night, you think Yankee fans are going to cheer him?
I don't think it's unanimous that every Yankee fan there boos him, is my point. I think there's either mixed or some cheers. Like, there are plenty of people like me. Like you like to say, Evan, I don't represent all Met fans. There are plenty of people like me that look at Juan Soto and go, yeah, I wish you weren't a Met. I hate that you're a Met. But guess what? You had that bomb in the ALCS and brought me great joy in a run in October that I will cherish forever.
I think you represent the minority. And look, we'll never be proven right or wrong because Juan Soto's not going to be at Wednesday's game. That would be a big scandal since the Mets are also playing Wednesday night.
Oh, boy.
But he was there last night, and
it really was a who's who. Like, just be seen of it type of event.
Yeah, to the point where they didn't even show Juan Soto on the board.
Yeah.
That would have been something, though. I really
he was with Lindor. That's what you're alluding to.
So we're speculating he was with Lindor, and I'll tell you why that speculation comes. Based on the pictures taken of Soto and Lindor separately at the game, it appears they're in the same suite. Now, I can't confirm that. It just looks that way. Francisco Lindor was with his wife, was with, I think, 1 or 2 of his kids, and Juan Soto was there. So it looks like they were in the same suite. And they were never shown on the board. Eli Manning and Derek Jeter were. They were sitting side by side. Did they show you that one on TV?
15 times.
Oh, it was obnoxious?
That was probably the most shown on TV.
Who do you think got a bigger hand, Jeter or Eli? I have the answer. If you believe me.
Eli.
You think Eli got a bigger hand?
Yeah.
Sean?
It's Derek Jeter.
It's Derek Jeter. Eli got a nice hand. Don't get me wrong. Jeter got like a massive hand. And you know what I think that's about? Besides Jeter just being better at what he does than Eli at his job. No offense. Both great. All that. I think that Jeter is less seen than Eli Manning. So when Jeter's around,
that makes
it's
sense.
almost more special than when Eli's around.
Yeah, Eli, because the commercials he does. You see him every week.
I just
during
meant
the
like
football
public appearances. It feels like he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, but how many people are actually seeing Eli Manning on a regular basis? Especially New Yorkers that would go to Knicks games. So I think it's just he feels like he's everywhere, especially during football season.
Now,
Whereas Jeter is nowhere other than on Fox during the baseball season.
Now, you know I love you.
Yes.
The fact that you answered Eli Manning, that's a bias, bro.
Why?
Because it's Jeter.
Because
you like Eli more. That's fine.
But your reasoning.
What's my reasoning?
Your reasoning doesn't make sense. to
Okay,
me.
forget maybe my reasoning is wrong. I'm not even owning that. I'm saying when I ask you and Sean, hey, who do you think got a bigger hand, Eli Manning or Derek Jeter? You saying Eli Manning is biased towards you like Eli.
Think about that era.
Yeah.
Because they kind of they overlapped a little bit.
Pretty much.
In that
pretty
era,
much, yeah.
Jeter was champion over and over and over and over again.
That's right.
The Yankees were champions over and over and over again. The Giants weren't.
Well, actually, you know what? Want to hear something crazy? During the overlap of Eli Manning and Derek Jeter, because Eli came into the league in 2004,
Eli won more.
Eli won 2, Jeter won 1.
Right.
During the overlap.
Right.
Because Jeter obviously got all those titles prior to Eli Manning even being in college, some of them.
Well, there you go. There's my reasoning.
I think AI Steve Cohen told us the reasoning. Those tickets were expensive last night. The poors are the Met fans. They couldn't get in. That was all Yankees.
The poors. Let's go to Darren in Tampa, Florida. What's up, Darren?
Hey, guys. Look, a couple things real quick. I disagree with you guys thinking that they're not protecting Wemby. Two things I wanted to point out, right? If they call it the way that it should be called, and it's either a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2 on Brunson, and then a flagrant 1 like they called on Brunson on the Hart 3 situation, not only is Victor Wembanyama out for the game of Game 3, he's automatically suspended for Game 4. Right, because he accumulates 4 flagrant foul points, which results in a 1-game suspension.
But wait a second. If he was called for 1 flagrant 1, he would still be a point short. You're saying if he was called for 2?
No. Well, yeah. So if you call the Brunson, I mean, you can make the argument that the Brunson situation is a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. But even if it is a flagrant 1, the other play with Josh Hart, the 3 when he steps in the landing zone of Hart coming down off the 3.
Oh, right.
If we're calling Brunson for a flagrant on that, then Victor Wembanyama's got to be called for a flagrant on that. He's not even called for a foul on either. And the problem with that is, even if it's not a flagrant 1 or right. on either one, and they just call fouls there, right. He's got 5 fouls. He's not playing much of the third or fourth quarter.
Darren, I think you're hearing what we're saying, protecting Wemby differently. What you're saying is they're protecting him from not being in the game.
Yeah, we're talking about physicality offensively,
right?
And if he gets calls or not,
100%. When he goes towards the hoop, he's getting a call all the time, and that's the protection that we're talking about. They're protecting his ability to go score at will, not protecting him from keeping him in the game, which also is the case.
Mike's in Flatbush. Hey, Mike.
Hey, fellas. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
1, 2, 3, 4 child counting had me cracking up, by the way. Yeah, definitely not 4 seconds.
Exactly.
But, a shout out, by the way, to PJ Carlissimo and Dawn Burke. I had circumstances force me to listen on the radio, and it's nothing like watching it. Like, I needed to see the highlights later, but the analysis is really great, and it was a fun listen for what it was.
That's interesting.
Very cool.
You guys were talking about Mike Brown, who I think, he put it in as diplomatic a way as possible. Like it was a masterclass in how to critique the league without getting any unnecessary fines or anything like or a lot of pushback. But he did get immediate pushback from Shaq and Barkley.
Yes.
And I'm wondering what's up with that. Like they had no time for that. Oh, he should have just ended it at, they outplayed us. Well, the fact is, it's in the numbers. So why would they be? Was it just they were protecting the league, and that's their kind of default?
I don't think they're protecting the league here, because Shaq also told a story about how Phil Jackson came up to him and asked him how he thought a game was being called, and he's like, I'm not getting the calls. And Phil said, champions don't complain. Now, Phil Jackson. And I'm not going to call him a hypocrite, because I think you talk to your players different than you talk to the media. Phil Jackson was the king of complaining.
Right. That's either a blatant lie or just ignorance by Shaq.
No, I don't even think it's either, Tiki. You know what I think it was? I think Phil Jackson, who is the greatest coach in the history of the NBA, argue with me later if you want, I think he knows I talk to my players different than I talk to the media.
Right, but then Shaq.
I'm telling
so
Shaq.
Then how does Shaq not know that?
Well, that's on Shaq.
That's what I mean.
And I think what Shaq was doing and what Chuck was doing is they were talking like a player would talk. Karl Anthony Towns after the game didn't blame the officials.
Of course not.
But it is Mike Brown's job, like it was Phil Jackson's job, to put the officials on blast.
Right.
And so I don't think in that case Shaq and Chuck did a good job separating themselves from being the players that they are with what the job is of the head coach to, call out the officials, because it may get you a call next time.
Right. And every coach does this.
Especially Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Of course, as a player, I'm trying to think of a Coughlin comp on this, but
there isn't one.
Well, there has to be in this regard. Did Tom ever speak to you guys as players differently than he spoke to Paul Schwartz when he asked him a question?
Not really.
Not really?
It was the same.
All right, doesn't work then. I take it back. Doesn't work with Coughlin. But in the case of Phil Jackson, he's telling his player, quit your bitching.
Yeah.
He's telling the media, the officials suck.
And by the way, the players weren't bitching. The players didn't bitch
I
about
know,
this.
after
This
the
is
game.
all Mike Brown.
Correct.
NFL, it's hard to do it with the NFL because you really don't get it. You're not getting another game. You know what I mean? It's not like a series of games.
Right.
And the only way it works is if you're really attuned in game. And so there was a famous example of Kyle Shanahan because he had some double move play that he had designed, and he went up to the referee right before the play. He was like, he's going to get a holding call on this play because he knew the way he designed the play that the corner was going to have to hold him or he's going to get beat for a touchdown. And so what happens? He runs the play, guy holds him, just kind of nicks his jersey through the flag. So he just made him aware of it.
Right.
So it's different in football. It's not the same as it is in basketball.
You know how when they review a play, the lead official, in yesterday's case, Mark Davis, will take a microphone and will speak to the crowd? What if I told you there were two examples yesterday of Mark Davis showing complete bias in the way he made announcements on calls? I'll play it for you coming up, and you tell me if you buy it. Plus more of your phone calls at 888-808-1019. There's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Windorama Summer Savings Event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. No bubbles means no troubles. Look for the new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry half and half in stores now. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly. I'm always traveling and always on the go, especially when football season comes around. And so knowing my family is safe when I'm not with them is of utmost importance. That's why we turn to our partners at Slomin's, who recently installed the Slomin Shield Link system into our home. It's a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. The best thing about it is that when I'm on the road and my wife or kids forget to set the alarm, I can turn it on from wherever I am, or the outside lighting, which is important to have on at nighttime, not only to light your neighborhood, but to keep away all of the prying animals, the deer that are eating your leaves and everything else. These new bushes we put in, they can't stay alive, them damn deer. Anyways, Slomin's keeps us protected. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Slomin Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomins.com.
Start the day with Boomer and Gio, mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. The New York Knicks did not lose Game 3 of the NBA Finals because of the officiating. The Knicks lost Game 3 of the Finals because the Spurs were flat out better, because Mikal Bridges disappeared and Karl Anthony Towns regressed, and the two best players on the court were Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle. I'm Nick Costos.
Yep, he's planning another project. So, this Father's Day at Lowe's, tap into free gifts for Dad. Get a free Select Craftsman power tool when you buy a Craftsman V20 charger with 2 amp-hour and 4 amp-hour batteries. Plus, get a free DeWalt power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt Max XR 4 amp-hour battery kit. Dad knows our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/14 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast. It's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation in times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. It's not easy being an accident victim these days. I mean, how do you choose the right lawyer? The radio, TV, buses, and billboards are filled with law firms making the same old promises, bragging about the same big results. They talk about their proven track record and hope they'll get you to sign on the dotted line. But then what? If a lawyer tells you from day one what your case is worth, please turn around and run. If a lawyer tells you how quickly they'll get your case settled, I beg you, turn around and run. The right lawyer is not a fortune teller. The right lawyer is honest, straightforward, and knows every case is different. He or she will have the experience to get you every dollar you deserve at the right time. So if you want to know your rights and you want to be told the truth, call D'Agostino & Associates today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24 and ask for me, John D'Agostino, because I've been there and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
If you've missed any of today's show, we got a rewind feature on the Odyssey app. You could rewind all the way back to the very beginning as we've dissected every aspect of Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The San Antonio Spurs get a victory. The road team has won the first 3 games of this postseason series. First, I think the only other time it's ever happened, at least in the finals, was 1993 with the Jordan Bulls when they won the first 2 games in Phoenix, and then Phoenix won Game 3 in Chicago. And then the Bulls responded by going up 3-1, so we'll see what the Knicks do tomorrow night. But I did notice something, and you tell me if this is a no-biggie spot or it kind of shows a little bit of bias. The lead official yesterday was Mark Davis.
Yes.
And so what the NBA does, obviously, is when they're reviewing a call and they come up with their determination, a microphone will be put on. He'll go over to the microphone by the scorer's bench, and he'll announce the decision.
Yes.
He did 2 things that were odd to me. Let's start off with the Josh Hart one. This was, I think, the kerfuffle between him and Luke Cornett that was eventually called a flagrant on Josh Hart. But listen carefully. Mark Davis should know better.
Upon review, it has been determined that Jason Hart made illegal contact during the dead ball to Cornett. Therefore, he will be assessed an unsportsmanlike technical foul.
Who is Jason Hart exactly?
What?
He called him Jason Hart. Who's Jason Hart?
I don't know.
I mean, Josh Hart's been in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
He
Jason
knows
Hart?
the
Is this
officials.
a wrestler?
I'm not familiar with a Jason Hart wrestler. I mean,
Jason Hart.
Is that not egregious?
That is bad.
I mean, this is not a rookie. This is not a guy who's barely been around.
Is there a Jason in this? Who's a Jason in this series?
A Jason?
In the series.
I don't think there is a Jason.
So who the hell is he talking about?
He just screwed up.
Jason Hart.
Jason Hart. Who's Jason Hart?
Jason Hart.
When I heard that, I'm like, know your guy. But the second one, I think may be more egregious.
Okay.
Because it's one thing for me and you and everyone in the audience to call people by their nicknames. But is it appropriate for Mark Davis to call a player by their nickname?
The replay official has determined there's a proximate foul to the out-of-bounds decision as Towns grabs Wemby's arm. Therefore, this is a loose ball foul. Wembanyama will shoot penalty for 2 free throws.
Why do you call him Wemby? That's a nickname, bro.
Yeah, I don't buy that actually.
You don't have a problem with that?
No, because that's what we all call him.
Yeah, but I'm not an official. Are you an official?
I'm not.
Are you supposed to be fair and balanced? You could be whatever you want.
They're not fair and balanced. Don't we know this?
Yeah, but they're supposed to be.
What are we, Fox News now?
But they're supposed to be. They're the officials.
But how does calling him by a nickname make it not fair and balanced?
I know.
I think you got to go government name, man.
You know how many times the refs don't say Giannis's last name?
What do they say? Greek freak?
They just go Giannis.
That's his first name, at least.
Oh, so if he said Victor's, you'd be fine?
I wouldn't have played it.
Come on.
You say his nickname?
Yeah, it's about global marketing, man.
I disagree with it. I think as an official, you should be doing that.
Maybe he didn't know how to say it.
Then say Victor. I agree with Sean.
You can't say he didn't know how to say it because 3 seconds later in the same clip he said Wembanyama.
He did say Wembanyama later in the clip.
Well, maybe he just lost it. He was a little studying there.
Maybe he wasn't saying arm and he missaid the name and there's Wemby arm and he screwed it up.
I don't think that's appropriate. I have to be perfectly honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no biggie.
Okay. I think that Nicknames are for us. They're for fans. They're for analysts.
It's a no.
They are not there for the referees.
Oh, get off of it.
I'm just telling you. Bill, you know why
Seriously,
I care?
who cares?
Because twice he did something that felt a little off. His name isn't Josh, or I'm sorry, his name isn't Jason. It's Josh. Know the man's name. He's been in the league for a long time. And number two, we don't hand out cute names. Did he call Karl Anthony Towns Cat?
Yeah.
Did you hear him say Cat, or did he say Towns?
He almost wanted to, and he was like, do I call Towns? Because nobody calls him Towns.
Well, he did.
I know, but who the hell calls Cat Towns?
But doesn't that even show the hypocrisy that in one breath it's Towns and then it's Wemby? I just think it's inappropriate.
How about cut the guy a break? He had to wait 5 extra hours to get in the arena yesterday just to do his job. I mean, calm down.
He was flustered.
That's the excuse everyone's going to use?
Yeah.
Trump caused everybody this major inconvenience and made them all bad at their jobs?
Yes. Were your chicken fingers drier than usual last night?
You know who he made better at his job?
Who's that?
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith and Donald Trump are going at it now.
Yeah.
Hear about that?
You got to check that out.
Yeah. Donald Trump called Stephen A. Smith a low IQ individual, and then Stephen took him down, took him out. Man, that'd be an election.
That would be.
Maybe the mayor of New York.
Hey.
Maybe Mamdani's done after 4 years. Trump's presidency's over, and we get a little Stephen A. versus Donald Trump for mayor of New York City.
No, Sid's going to run.
That's true. Yeah, Sid will get screwed out of that one.
Right. And the president will be 82.
Age is just a number, Tiki.
Of course.
AI exists.
That's right. Let's get back to your phone calls. 888-808-1019, the number. Chris up in Michigan. Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
All's well.
Good.
First, before I get to my point, Kenny Smith also called him Jason Hart on the pre-show. I think Jason Hart actually was an irrelevant player for the Kings, in all honesty. But I don't know why he is on either of their minds.
Kenny Smith did that too?
Yeah, Jason Hart played in the NBA, bounced around the league in the mid-2000s for the Spurs, the Hornets, the Kings, the Clippers, the the definition of a journeyman was Jason Hart.
Yes, so I think that, give him a little bit of a free pass. I don't know why he is floating out there, but okay, so I called in officially to I can't believe I'm doing this, cut some slack to Sean. He's working there. He's a no Nick hater. It's okay for him to have these feelings about Brunson and stuff, as much as I hate it. But for Shaq at the halftime show to say he agreed with it and he would do it, and that's how you win games, by slapping people around, do that. That's what us Knicks fans could really and should really be pissed about. I thought it was crazy that he said it. Hopefully you guys can find the audio for people that maybe didn't hear it. And then before I go, Tiki, of course you love driving. You also love pumping your own gas.
That's a great point. Except me and you are different in that regard. I love driving probably even more than you, but I also love pumping my own gas.
And guess what?
Wait, you do love pumping your own gas?
I don't pump my own gas.
Wait, what did he just say? Now I'm confused by what he just said.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he was mocking me because I live in New Jersey.
But you don't pump your own gas.
I don't pump my own gas. In fact, I haven't had gas in a car in 3 years now.
Going
on 4. I get home and plug my car in.
I'm searching for an electric car.
I'm telling you.
You've inspired me. I actually went hunting the other day.
Makes your life so easy.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
don't have to think about it.
Definitely thinking about it. We're going to find the Shaq audio. We'll analyze it. But I'm going to disagree with you, Chris, on one thing that's very, very important here. I think as long as the officials aren't going to call it, you should be physical.
100%.
Like, I don't think Shaq's speaking out of turn there. If Wemby, I can use Wemby. If Wemby's going to get away with it, then you push the envelope.
Of course. You should try to push the envelope as well.
Absolutely.
Now, the problem, and again, different refereeing crews, but the problem is we saw this earlier when Mitch got a technical for just slightly pushing Wemby, which goes back to what we were talking about earlier that a caller disagreed with, that the league, or at least these officials, are protecting Wemby, even though he's only 22 years old and doesn't have that long track record of being an elite player, therefore he gets every call. So this is where the inequality feels like the Knicks fan is right when they're bitching about the refs.
Jay is in Hawthorne, New Jersey. Hey, Jay.
Hey, fellas. How you doing?
All's good.
Good, man. What's
up? Before I get to my point, I just want to make sure I heard something correct. Sean, did you say that it was obnoxious how many times they showed Jeter and Eli Manning, two of the greatest athletes in the history of New York in the Garden and one of the biggest events in the history of the Garden. You said that was obnoxious?
I don't know if I said the word obnoxious. I said it was a bit much.
Yeah, I mean, even saying it's a bit much is out of pocket, bro.
I think once I just think once you've shown somebody, you've shown somebody. I'm watching a basketball game. I don't give a damn who's there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. To me, that's disrespectful to two guys who really earn their place in New York. So
yeah, he loves them.
Yeah, I mean,
he loves them.
Listen, in any case,
I think
back
what he's
to the
really
Knicks,
taking a shot is because they're not
pocket.
always there. They're not always there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just actually showed how big of a moment it was. And honestly, they could have showed them all night because both of those guys, I think, they earned that opportunity. But to my point, real quick, I think you guys just basically said some of the stuff that I wanted to mention. This should be an opportunity the Knicks take advantage of and look for. I mean, we're the veteran team. We should be the guys looking to rough up the young guys who obviously are trying to make their way in the league. We got guys with all types of experience up and down our roster. Guys who should know how to win, guys who are willing to win in different ways.
Right.
So to me, this opens up an opportunity to do some stuff that, maybe you go into the series thinking isn't possible. And I'm looking for somebody to go through a Wemby screen the same way Kobe went through Paul Gasol, something like that. That'll send a message like, listen, we're here for it. You know what I mean? Like, that's
truck
how this is going to,
you truck them.
Right.
Like,
and by the way, that's what they were doing to Jalen Brunson.
Well, I think, was it Stephon Castle who ran through him on the rebound? Okay.
I think it was.
The one that
Might
they
have been
reviewed
Gasol.
and they said, we're going to call it just a regular foul. Like, the more you watch it, the more it was tough and it was rugged, but it was a common foul. And if you're the Knicks, and I think our last caller's right, be more aggressive. It kind of goes back to our previous caller's point about Shaq and Wemby and saying, you got to do that. Yeah, get as physical as you can until the officials call it in a way that's not beneficial to you. So I don't think there's anything wrong with pushing the envelope until it becomes detrimental for you push it as far as you are. Now, Sean got put in a tough spot there because he's a Yankee Giant fan. And he got called out for disrespecting Eli Manning and Derek Jeter.
All I'm saying is we get that the celebrities there. I don't have a problem showing them. Once you do it the second time, I want to watch a basketball game.
How many times did they show that?
It might have been 2 or 3. But my point is we saw them. They did like the, look who's here. Breen's doing the scene setting.
Right.
We went back to it at least one other time, and I remember saying to myself, okay, we get who's at the game. I'm here to watch a basketball game. It's the NBA Finals. I don't care if it's Madonna, Tina Fey, Tracy Morgan, you name it. We saw them. We could see them. Larry David's half asleep. I want to watch the guys play on the court. I don't care who's front row.
I assume they showed this because obviously I'm upstairs. You guys are watching on TV. They showed Michael Bloomberg, right?
I don't think so.
He got fallen on.
I don't think so.
What?
Because Jeter was sitting, obviously Eli was on Jeter's left. Charlie, Derek's sister, was on his right. And then right next to Charlie was Michael Bloomberg.
Well, you didn't see, I think it
So
was
I only-
Jose
I-
Alvarado or Josh Hart. One of them fell on top of Bloomberg.
Right. The
I
only
don't think I
reason I
realized it was
know that
Bloomberg.
is because I saw the pictures after the fact.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't from TV.
Yeah.
They didn't show him on TV.
No, and if they showed the play, TV certainly didn't point out that it was Bloomberg.
So what I was saying upstairs when I saw it, because you see, again, I forget if it was Alvarado or Josh Hart. One of those guys flew into the stands to try to get a loose ball and fell on someone, which happens. I mean, that's the risks of sitting courtside, right? Like, that's a risk.
Right.
And I was saying to the guy I was with, I was like, imagine if Trump got his way and he was sitting courtside and a player physically fell into him. Like, would that guy be arrested? Like, what would happen?
Assaulting the president.
I mean, think about it. That's why it never made sense that the president could sit courtside.
No, it never could have because they would have had to have Secret Service standing behind him.
Now, remember,
like a line of Secret Service standing behind him and 2 on each side.
But the former president can, because Barack Obama went to Game 2 or Game 3, whatever, doesn't matter the game, of the 2019 NBA Finals. He's obviously out of office.
Yeah.
It was up in Canada, so I don't know how that works. And he has Secret Service, but far less than a sitting president.
Right.
So I don't know if it was ever possible, but could you imagine if Jose Alvarado is flying into the stands?
Memeable forever. Memeable forever.
I mean, forever. And what if he injures him? Does he get arrested?
All gas, no brake.
Sorry, I just dropped my
And
screen
now there's
because I'm
basketball
laughing.
rolling. Jeez.
It's funny that the one random drop that gets played is that. Thank God it wasn't something else. That could have been a worse situation.
Right.
But yeah, Bloomberg got fallen on. Yeah, there was a crazy amount of celebrities last night.
Olivia Benson from Law & Order couldn't see behind the ref the whole game. She had to keep ducking around.
That's why these
her
court
name
sites
is Mariska Haggerty.
I know. I don't know if it's Haggerty or Haggerty, so I didn't want to go with that.
Is that her character name?
Yeah, most people know her as Olivia Benson.
No, we don't. You know her as Mariska Haggerty.
Hold on.
She has a fantastic relationship with Jalen Brunson. In fact, when they win at home, he hugs her.
I know. They have a great relationship.
She's got a crush on her, apparently.
I'm just saying most Americans that sit down and put on Law & Order know her as Olivia Benson. Just like Elliot Stabler is, what's his name? Christopher Maloney?
Yes.
Yeah. We know him as Elliot Stabler.
Christopher Maloney.
See?
Yeah, he was also in The Wire.
That's right. But they sat next to each other. Nice to see they have a good relationship.
I think you've offended Tiki with this.
I know her name. I just forgot how to say it
We just
last
got
name.
on this whole tirade about how whatever the hell the Scott Foster is
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis is using Wemby's nickname, and now you're going to call these New York legendary actors by their character names?
Tiki,
come on, dude.
Tiki, if you sat down and watched the game last night, do you think most Americans, when they saw her, said, that's Mariska Haggerty or that's Olivia Benson?
They said Mariska Haggerty.
I think a lot did. I think more said Olivia Benson.
No chance.
You get typecast.
If you know, she's been on that show for 20 years.
Legend. Great role.
If you know Olivia Benson because you watched Law & Order SVU for 20 years
plus,
you know what the hell her real name is. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I guess maybe I'm dumbing it down because I know her real name. I don't know. But this brings me back to my point. I don't care who's sitting there. I want to watch the game.
But that's part of the pageantry of Madison Square Garden. Like, a part of why it's the world's most famous arena is not just the history. It's a part of it. Not just the loudness of it. That's a part of it. It's the celebrities. It's in the middle of Manhattan. It's a who's who. It's like a Met Gala on crack. Like, that's Madison Square Garden. That's a part of it.
Her character is the longest running character in American primetime drama history.
Wow.
Legendary.
How many years are you saying?
I mean,
how many years?
26.
That's showing
27 years. They started in 1999.
You told me the character and the show has been consistent for 26 years?
27 years.
Now, she's gotten a lot of promotions in the fake NYPD since. She started as a detective. She's the captain now of the whole unit.
Yes.
I got to be honest.
She's not out in the field like she used to be.
I've never seen the show. So when you guys
out
are,
of
I've
here.
never seen the show.
G7.
Are you kidding me?
I've heard of the show, never seen it. No.
Dude, it is outstanding. And you can go back and watch the old episodes and still be entertained by them.
Not my thing.
Yeah,
come on, it's got Law and Order in it.
I mean, she dealt with everything. She had, she got sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Like, they deal with everything.
She adopted a kid that was the victim of. Dude, it's crazy.
You think she's faced more than Kelly Taylor on 90210 for 10 years?
Yes.
That poor woman faced everything.
Yeah.
She was shot, had amnesia, was threatened to be raped, almost. Then there was a situation with a stalker. I mean, I don't know. I think Kelly Taylor may have the record on that one.
Every time we talk about a TV show, you bring it back to 90210. There's more shows out there, brother. I hate to tell you.
I like certain shows. Like,
Mom
I'm a
was
big
beautiful, too.
Yeah.
What was that?
Her mom was beautiful, too.
Oh, okay.
Jane Mansfield.
I'm just not into that show. I watch a lot of comedies. Like, I was thinking about your discussion on knowing the character and knowing the actor
You
or
call
actress.
yourself a New Yorker and you don't watch Law & Order SVU?
Do you call yourself a New Yorker? Did you watch Friends?
I am not a New Yorker. I'm from Virginia.
Oh, forget it
The
then.
great Commonwealth in the South.
But you didn't watch Friends?
I mean, I kind of did.
Okay.
A
You don't
perfect
know.
example.
Okay, hold on one second. Who is the black character on Friends?
Ross was dating a black woman in season 8.
Who's the black character
I forget her
recurring
name.
on Friends?
I forget her name.
Didn't happen, Tiki.
Thank you.
That's why Morton came out.
Exactly right.
There are certain shows and certain characters, though, where you literally only know them by their character's name. Now, but then there are actors and actresses that break through where you know them by their actual name.
Phoebe.
Yeah, I think she's a great example. But Jennifer Aniston, you know her by her real name. Courtney Cox, you know her by her real name.
What's Jennifer Aniston's name?
Rachel Geller.
Rachel.
Yeah.
No, not
It's
Geller.
funny.
Rachel Green. Rachel Green,
right.
yeah.
It's funny because you know her real name more than you know her.
1,000%. But then I think there are other. That's why I use Friends as an example because they kind of have both.
Right.
Ross Geller, I don't know his real name.
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer. But you know him more as Ross and Phoebe than you do by their actual actor and actress names.
Yeah. But not Mariska Haggerty.
But not Mariska Haggerty.
And even Mariska Haggerty knew that Brunson was a baby and held out of the church.
Oh, stop. More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019, plus a very heady debate on who jinxed the Knicks more. It's not me versus Trump. It's actually two other people that you will hear from coming up. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan till the Carton Show at 2 o'clock.
HSS would like to congratulate the New York Knicks on reaching the finals. At HSS, They're proud to be the Knicks' official hospital, the orthopedic care they can count on all season long. The same #1 ranked care that kept professional athletes, weekend warriors, and New Yorkers moving for over 160 years. To learn more or to make an appointment, visit hss.edu. Most major insurance plans are accepted. HSS, the official hospital of the New York Knicks. If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, go check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. And now they've launched the brand new Maverick Performance Blazer. And this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. You can get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my friends over at Collars & Co. Use code Tiki for 20% off at collarsandco.com or check them out at their new boutique on the Upper West Side, 182 Columbus Avenue.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. It's also sponsored by Ray Katina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
All right, guys, our friends at Flag and Anthem just dropped their exclusive America 250 collection. Premium, ultra-comfortable, patriotic gear celebrating America's 250th birthday. Perfect for you or dad. Use code WFAN25 to get 25% off. Flag and Anthem, premium clothes without the premium price tag. Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Their expert team makes shopping easy and stress-free. One reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison for luxury driving all summer long.
The Yankees take on the Guardians. 6:40 today.
First pitch swung on, deep drive.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the action. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always available en Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the Odyssey app.
As world soccer hits the big stage, take the field with Fanatics Sportsbook. It's built for fans who want more from their bet. This summer, Fanatics Sportsbook is making every moment count with 10 100% profit boosts over the first 10 tournament days. That's one profit boost per game day. So every time the world's best hits the pitch, you've got a chance to double your winnings. And every goal, every save, every result means more. Plus, new customers get up to $1,000 in fan cash. That's $100 bet matched every day for your first 10 days. The world is ready. Are you? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, in the game, you always need a backup plan, and your phone is no different. A second line from Red Pocket Mobile is perfect for side gigs, keeping your work and personal numbers separate, and just staying connected without the big carrier price tag. Starting at just $10 a month, you get your choice of 3 major 5G networks with no contracts or credit checks. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey, Yankees fans. Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, July 3rd for a very special night. Fireworks Night, presented by Baby Ruth. Bring your family and friends as the Yankees take on the Twins, and stay after the game for a spectacular post-game fireworks show celebrating the 250th birthday of America. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss the Yankees and Twins Fireworks Night Friday, July 3rd, presented by Baby Ruth. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
The finals are here and both teams are set, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. New York is currently trading at 30% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out over $340 if they take down the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers, and the odds move. You can buy in or out anytime. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC. That's code CMAC to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Continue the Jersey Shore's greatest Father's Day tradition and bring Dad to Monmouth Park Racetrack on Sunday, June 21st. All men get free admission. Enter Dad to win Lynyrd Skynyrd concert tickets. Also mark your calendar for 2 of summer's biggest events. Naira Betts Haskell Day, the summer's biggest party, on July 18th. Then join me, Al Dukes, at Monmouth Park on Saturday, August 15th for day 1 of the Surf and Turf Seafood Festival. Go to monmouthpark.com.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling, they are the real deal. Go to edisonhvac.com.
Rutgers football is just around the corner. Your Scarlet Knights return to Piscataway this fall. Don't miss a moment.
Rutgers Nation, this is Coach Shiano. Keep chopping.
Plus, the return of the Rutgers Boardwalk. Join the fun before all Rutgers home football games. Free rides, games, prizes, and more. Plus, New Jersey's best local food trucks. It's free family fun, and it's all at the Rutgers Boardwalk. Join the fun. Rutgers football's back in Piscataway this fall. Don't miss a moment.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at ThriveWell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Major League Baseball, in a perfect marketing ploy up against the NBA Finals, came to Vegas last night. And the A's hosting one of 2 series in the AAA Park in Sin City this year. And if the last night was any indication, Vegas may be the new Coors Field. The Brewers beat the A's, get this, 15-14 in 12 innings in a game that had 11 home runs in it. 11 dingers in Vegas.
I didn't realize that was even happening, that the Vegas Athletics were getting a little preview for that city by playing in that minor league ballpark. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Is it small?
Yeah, it's just like what they're playing in Sacramento.
Yeah, think about it. They're playing in a minor league stadium now.
I'm not talking about the fan base, of the seating. I'm talking about what's the wall.
It's actually a great question.
I think the air is thin, and I think that was what was causing the ball to jump out.
All right, but who cares?
Well, I mean, it matters if...
Are they hitting a prolific number of home runs?
In that game, they hit 11.
I know, but I'm talking about in general.
But correct me if I'm wrong here, because I don't know enough about this Vegas stadium.
Okay.
It's a dome that they're building. Correct?
That I'm not going to comment. I don't know if it's retractable.
Sure they're building
They
a
probably
dome.
have to because of the heat of Vegas.
And
Good
if they're
point.
building a dome, that will eliminate any of the thin air issues.
Are you sure about that?
Am I sure about what?
Just because you put a roof on something, the air gets evacuated? The air is still not thin?
You know what? Google it. I have no idea.
I don't think that's the case.
I have no idea. I guess we'll find out in 2 years when there's baseball in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Sean, I don't know about you. I could use some lunch.
Okay. All right. We're going to eat.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
All right, Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. And just one minor correction. Evan was wrong. Me and Tiki were right. Like we said, they did show Michael Bloomberg, and they mentioned that Evan was lost on that, and we did have
Well,
that.
I'm at the game, so I was asking you guys if they showed him on TV. How would I know? I was at the game.
And we said they did, and you told us we were wrong.
By the way, it is different inside the dome because
Is?
they can control. You think about it. In your house, you can control the temperature and therefore the humidity. It's different in the dome.
Okay. Well, now we know.
So I was right.
So you were right.
I was
Good
right
job.
about that. And I was
Thank you.
right about the first one. They clearly was going to show Bloomberg because he got fallen on. Now, I don't know what Tiki and Sean were doing during the basketball game, but it was shown on TV for everyone to see.
Okay.
Tiki was having a... What's your drink of choice again? I forgot.
A gin martini.
Oh, speaking of drinks, real quick before we get to the Cinco.
You gotta have a drink with your lunch.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Totally get it. I got a random text message over the weekend from Al Dukes.
Yeah.
With Al asking, can I have Tiki Barber's cell phone number?
Yeah.
And so my response was, no, his question was, do you have Tiki Barber's cell phone number? To which I said, that'd be a problem if I didn't. So I gave him your cell phone number.
He did not write me.
He did not write you. He was very, tipsy at the time. And apparently he was at some kind of establishment over the weekend, and there was a drink called the Tiki Barber.
Ah.
And so I think he was very excited to share it with you. And then when he sobered up the next day, he's
It's
like,
probably some like sweet, punchy thing like you would see at a tiki bar.
that is correct, yeah.
But that's not my drink of choice.
But it was called the Tiki Barber. You're saying you didn't endorse it?
I did not endorse it.
I'll find out the firm details from Al Dukes, but yeah, apparently there's a drink called the Tiki Barber.
If it doesn't have gin and ice in it, it's not for me.
All right. What are we doing? Cinco.
Cinco.
All right, here we go. The 5 reasons last night's Knicks loss, in all seriousness, was no biggie.
Here we go. Number 5.
A little too hot at the end of this week. You'd rather the parade next week anyway. Looks like nice, mild 70s. You'd rather the parade.
So
You and your freaking parade people.
If they win the NBA title in 5, that would be Saturday night. We think we get a Monday turnaround for the parade? Is that the prediction?
Monday or Tuesday, and if you look, you're looking at 70s. Friday looks brutally hot.
Okay.
All right, so there we go.
Number 4.
Jalen Brunson cannot and will not turn the ball over like that to start a second half again in this series.
I don't know about that. His turnovers in this series have been dreadful. He has as many turnovers as assists through the first 3 games of this NBA Finals.
Yep.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the foul discrepancy won't be like this again because Mike Brown let the officials know it will not be like this again.
That I agree with. I think we'll see a coming back to Jesus moment in Game 4.
And it's been imbalanced the entire time.
Yeah.
The Knicks have just overcome it.
Well, it wasn't imbalanced in the first half. It was the second half that caused the out of whackness.
The first 3
In the
games.
Games as a whole.
Number 2.
The number 2 reasons last night's Knicks loss was no biggie. Evan is not going anymore, so you don't have to worry about him being to blame. He's done.
Not just me. Sham Charania just tweeted out that Donald Trump, President of the United States, does not plan on attending Game 4. So not only will I not be there for Game 4, neither will Trump. You're welcome.
Great. I could go back to buying my roasted nuts on the corner of 34th and 7th. Get it? There was a wall there yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the laugh, Ev.
Number 1.
Wasn't funny.
I'll work on it. I'm sorry. Number 1. No team has ever won the first 2 games on the road and lost the final. So why would this happen now? That's a prime reason why last night was no biggie.
All right.
It's only happened 3 times.
Yep. That is the surprising part, because I mentioned on Friday before the Knicks were playing Game 2 against the Spurs how no teams ever come back after losing the first 2 at home. What I didn't realize was that it was so rare to happen to begin with.
Yeah.
And it was surprising because it happens in Major League Baseball a lot. Or not a lot, but frequently. It happens in the NHL. It just is so rare in the NBA. Only the 3rd time in finals history that the home team lost twice. But, I was talking about it with the guy I was at last night, Steven, nice guy who bought my other ticket. We have a lot of theories, and we've talked about this, Tiki, me and you, about why home court advantage does not matter as much in 2026 as it meant, 20 years ago. And travel's been a big discussion. I think the other discussion is the officiating. The officiating does not skew towards home teams the way it used to.
That's a good point, because you almost felt like in the 90s that if you were at home, not that the refs were placating the home crowd, but it felt like it sometimes.
Subconscious sometimes.
Yeah, it just you hear the energy, you feel the energy, you hear the noise, and you almost want to help create that, make it even more raucous.
Yeah.
And so you're right. That doesn't work anymore.
I think there's a lot of reasons why home court just doesn't matter nearly as much as it used to. And that's a part of it. There's a lot of different things that you throw out of it. Travel being one. But I certainly think the way things are officiated, same thing. And as far as the numbers are concerned, on free throw discrepancies, these are just the numbers. Again, you got to look at each foul to know if it's fair or not. The Spurs got 7 more free throws in Game 1, 6 more free throws in Game 2, and 10 more free throws last night. Yeah. So 23 more free throws through 3 games.
That's a big deal.
That's a little over 7 per game.
That's a big deal.
What was that?
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Now, before we continue on, we'll get back to your calls, plus 2 more people to potentially blame for the Knicks loss last night. We had a caller earlier mention that Shaquille O'Neal made some strong comments at halftime concerning the physicality of Victor Wembanyama and the New York Knicks, and it annoyed the caller. So we said, let's hear the clip, and we'll analyze it. So great job by Andrew Kaplan, who works in digital for us. Here is Shaquille O'Neal at halftime talking about said physicality.
This is what you want to see for your big man. I like that move right there. You got to let those little munchkins know. Hey, come on, man. You can't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Get your little ass off. Yes, you can.
No, you can't do that.
Ernie, listen to me.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
From a guy that's won multiple championships, some people want to win by tactics. Some people want to win by killing you.
You don't probably play
you
dirty.
keep doing it. That ain't no dirty play. Get your little ass out the way.
No, you don't.
I'm not winning by tactics, Ernie. I'm busting your ass.
No, you can't go out there doing that.
Yes, you can. He did it. He did it.
And you know what Wemby going to do?
He
get his ass swept by Wednesday night.
That's all right, though. You play with heart and you play with energy.
Yeah,
Wow. That was something right there.
Yeah, it was.
He said, get that little munchkin out of the way. He called Jalen a munchkin.
Because they hate Jalen Brunson.
I don't think that was Shaq hating Jalen Brunson. I think that was Shaq talking as a big man, as somebody that, even though him and Wemby are obviously very different in terms of skill sets and even the way they're built, they are both big men. And I think Shaq was talking as a big man. What do you think of that? You agree with him?
No, I don't agree with him.
As a little guy, you're offended.
No, it's not even that.
He called you a munchkin.
It's just, you can't get away with obvious fouls.
He did.
I know that.
So what do you mean you can't get away with it? He did last night.
They can't keep letting him get away with that.
They can until they don't.
I know, but they're not.
But they have.
I know.
We're having an awkward conversation right now.
I don't even know what I'm arguing anymore.
Well, I get what Shaq is saying. Like, it's vicious.
Yeah.
It's not something a Knicks fan would want to hear, but I'll dumb it down, or at least I'll make it less controversial. He's saying keep doing it till they call you.
Yeah.
Why would you stop?
And the point that we're making is they need to start calling that, but they just haven't.
They have not.
You have no faith that they're going to tame this thing down. I mean, it felt like maybe Josh Hart would fight. I'm just talking in general would fight.
They tried to fight Luke Cornell last night.
Who on the Knicks would square up and let's just fight?
I think OG Anunoby would. I think Mitchell Robinson would.
Mitch would, for sure.
Jeremy Shohan definitely would.
I don't know
if he got into
hand.
a game.
Yeah, Shohan's not going to play.
Well, he played 10 seconds.
Right.
So we saw him very briefly at a final possession, I think at the half for defense.
Right. They just don't. That's not their personality.
But you don't have to fight. You have to just be more physical. You have to kind of say, all right, if they're going to push us around, we're going to try to push them around.
When you're looking at what the Spurs are doing, if that in a pickup game, let's take this off the NBA court. Let's take it out of the NBA arena. If you did what the Spurs are doing to the Knicks, like mushing Jalen Brunson's head into the court, that would, in a pickup game, that would lead to a fight. Right? If you come charging in from 10 feet out and just body check Jalen Brunson as he's waiting for a rebound, that would lead to a fight, right? So the aggressiveness that the Spurs are employing is fight worthy. It's like, come on, let's go.
So you think the Knicks have to fight?
You're telling me you want to, by doing that to me, you're telling me you want to fight me. The Knicks don't have anybody that will do that. There's nobody that's going to go, I don't know, cross body check you. Like they don't have that guy. And so when we're talking about the Knicks got to get more physical, one, they can't because they don't have that person. And two, when they even do ticky-tack fouls, they get called for them.
Yeah.
So like when you talk about the imbalance in the refereeing, the 23 free throws over the 3 games, like it doesn't do justice to what actually is happening in this series. And so it's why people are saying, yeah, the NBA wants the Spurs to win. The NBA wants this thing to be equal. This thing, they can't afford for it to be a sweep. They got to get it to 6 games at least. Otherwise, they're making less money or whatever the heck the reasoning is. It's just it feels inequitable, and that's what troubles you about this.
Jody is calling from Warren, New Jersey. Good afternoon, Jody.
Hey guys, it's been a while. Hold on for 1 second here. Sorry about that. I just wanted to say that when I was watching a game yesterday, to me. Okay, refereeing, I get it, but it was all these errant passes in the beginning. It was crazy. It wasn't even close, and obviously the Spurs had something to do with that defensively. And the big view for me yesterday in the stands was Oscar Robinson. I didn't know the guy was alive. I mean, grateful he is. That guy was the man.
Big O.
And, they did mention Bloomberg yesterday when Alvarado fell into the stands. They definitely mentioned his name. And the last thing is I am a big fan of Jason Morash. And Tiki, my wife, loves you so dearly. And
Jason, everyone's Jason now. Yeah, Jason. Isn't there like a Jason Mraz? Isn't he like a
he's great.
A singer?
Very good singer.
M-R-A-Z.
And that was your nickname on your old show, right?
Yes. I'm the artist formerly known as.
Is that how you got that nickname? From the musician?
Yes, it was a caller that couldn't say my last name in Utah, and he thought I was like Jason Mraz. So,
there you go. So it all comes full circle.
So Sean would just be like, I'm yours.
Because that's a song he does. I see what you did. Leon's in Patterson. What's up, Leon?
How you doing? It's an honor for me to talk to you guys. And Tiki, I just want to say my nephew, Keith the Hammer Hamilton, played with you on the Giants.
Yeah, Hammer was the man. Yeah, he was great.
Yes. And I want to say this. People are calling in with their assumptions of how the game was off. I believe the Knicks play from right to left. You must remember, Brunson is left-handed. He goes to Cat, then Cat goes to Bridges. They didn't have that last night because Bridges makes Wembanyama block him with the basket.
Right.
Nobody did that last night. So
tactically they were off
early.
Yeah, tactically they were off.
Yes, they threw. You got to give the Spurs credit. They threw them off of their game because after that, when they brought the bench in, nobody knew where to go.
Yeah, well,
Jalen couldn't. Go ahead.
You also have to remember, Leon, the Knicks, as crazy as this sounds, even though Victor Wembanyama is their center of the Spurs, were outscoring the Spurs in the paint. Like that was an actual fact, a stat. That didn't happen in Game 3 because Victor Wembanyama didn't leave the paint, right? They had a different tactic on how to guard and prevent the Knicks from getting the easy points.
Well, one of it was putting him on Josh Hart, which we heard so much about prior to the series, and we didn't see it till Game 3. And credit to Josh Hart because early in the game, He was keeping them in the game by hitting a couple of threes 100%. In the first quarter once Wemby was trying to guard the paint and not go out to the perimeter to defend Josh.
But again, in order for that statistically to make sense, he's going to have to take like 10 to 12 of them and make 50, 60%.
No, I get you. I know that you've been bothered over the last few days by a lot of Knicks fans getting a little bit too, hey, let's plan the parade route.
Parade worthy?
Yeah, there are two people that I'm going to put to the test, and you tell me who you blame more for potentially jinxing the New York Knicks. I've been accused of it by being at the game. President Trump was accused of it for being at the game. In fact, the Evan and Tiki Twitter account, which I do not control, actually put out a poll asking who do you blame more for the Knicks' loss, President Donald Trump or Evan Roberts. And believe it or not, I kicked Trump's ass.
Nice.
I mean, I think that's actually a win for him, but nevertheless, I was blamed. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not the president's fault, and it's not my fault. It's these two candidates. So let's start off with candidate number one, Charles Barkley. I mean, you've kind of gotten a sense that even though Charles has been negative towards the Knicks over the years, he's been gung-ho that this series is over. So take a listen to Charles Barkley. This is at halftime. Halftime of this game, Charles said, wrap it up.
I told you tonight, this series is a wrap.
Think it's a wrap?
Oh, hell yeah.
You're down 5 going into halftime.
Down 5.
Down 6. Down 7.
Down 7.
Down 7.
Oh,
you think it's over?
I think it's over.
Wow.
Better. I'll put my house against your little house.
Shaq don't have a little house.
Well, my house bigger than yours.
So they're debating whose house is bigger.
Right.
But Charles Barkley's telling you at halftime up 7, it's over. It's a wrap. Now, remember, the Knicks did go on a 10-0 run to end the second quarter, so the momentum was definitely on their side, and they're about to go up 3-0 in Charles's mind. So we've got that as a potential jinx, but he's got very stiff competition. From our very own Tommy Lugauer.
Oh. They'll be on a flight back to San Antonio, but the Knicks won't be because this series is over. It's a wrap. The Knicks are going to sweep, and we'll be enjoying a parade either on Friday or, let's say, early next week. But it's over.
I warned Tommy.
Yeah.
I warned him. He popped back in our chat. I warned him. He didn't listen. He wouldn't listen. Yeah, I think forget Shaq.
That was Charles Barkley.
I mean,
not Shaq.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
It's Tommy.
It's Tommy over Charles?
Yeah. Not even
He was more aggressive in saying it's over?
Not even he was more aggressive. Who cares? It's positive Tommy.
Yeah,
He's the Knicks guy.
What frustrates me, Tiki, is we spent how many of these Knicks runs with Tommy, and he would never be definitive
Ever.
on how many games the Knicks would win in. It would just be, no, they're dudes. They're going to do damage.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, they were sweeping?
He's grown confidence. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. He's actually giving an opinion. I like
Misplaced
that.
confidence.
I think he was scared of us and our backlash and replaying audio, and he's trying to hide on his own show now.
All right. Well, he officially, just to defend him slightly, because we collected everybody's predictions prior to the series. Prior to the series, he said Knicks in 5. So he said that, and I think it shifted with the way they won game 1 and game 2, where you heard that clip. He clearly said it's a sweep. But for the Evan and Tiki records, his prediction was Knicks in 5.
True.
Because that's how we do this. We do the original series prediction, because I think throughout a series, everyone's emotion gets all over the place.
Of course.
And you bounce all over. So it's what you said at the beginning of a series. Yeah, that was very definitive. I did tune him in last night just to see what he would say. And the first thing I heard, not even joking, like it was I turn it on because I'm bouncing around. I'm listening to Craig and Big Mac. I'm listening to Loogie. I'm like, God, who should I listen to? I like them both. I'm not sure where to go here. Where do I go? The first thing he said, the very first thing out of his mouth was no biggie. Right off the top. No biggie. And by the way, he may be right. Because if the Knicks win game 4 and take a 3-1 series lead, you feel like you're in a great spot. And I don't think you'll ever think of game 3 as what derailed the series as long as you win game 4. Actually, and I'll give Big Mac credit for this because I heard him say it. Big Mac uttered, it's starting to feel like whoever wins game 4 will win this series. If the Knicks win game 4, great. We're up 3-1.
Right.
We got 3 cracks to win 1 time. I feel good. If the Spurs win game 4 and even this series up.
Now they have home court advantage again.
Yeah, I think the impression, not just from Big Mac, but from everybody is going to be very different. Like then you're going to start to say, holy crap, we may lose this series. So I kind of lean towards that sentiment from McMonagle that the winner of game 4 is going to win this series.
Suck it!
Smart.
Yeah.
And he's probably right.
I think he's probably right. Crazy. You don't agree with that, Sean?
I think the winner of game 5 wins the series.
The winner of Game 5. Well, what if the Knicks win Game 4?
So
now
it's
Spurs
an
win
obvious
Game
statement.
Oh, but it's not an obvious statement because if the Knicks win Game 4 to go up 3-1 and the Spurs protect home court by winning Game 5, you're still going to think the Knicks are going to lose the series?
Imagine the pressure the Knicks are under coming back for their last home game of the year.
I agree. They'll be facing
but
pressure.
They could also close it out.
But they could also close it out. They get 2 cracks to win one time.
They could.
Which would be my prediction, Knicks in 6.
And keep this in mind, and I think that the Knicks proved it with the 2 games in Texas, and I think the Spurs proved it last night. I just don't think home court advantage matters nearly as much as we thought it does.
I agree. It's not it doesn't affect these guys like we thought. Who would 76? No, the Cavaliers. I'm forgetting who it was.
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
The lights are too bright.
They don't care. I don't think these guys care.
And I think the results
right, but
the results show you that
100%. But it's also telling me that the Spurs. Well, let's not sugarcoat this. They've had double-digit leads in every game.
All 3 games, yes.
In theory, they could be up 3-0 and maybe running away with this NBA title. They haven't even figured themselves out yet. Like, Dylan Harper's a rookie. He's 20 years old. Castle is 21. Wemby's 22. This team is going to be a pain in the ass for the NBA for the next 10 years.
I hate that. I hate when people say that.
But
you
they
just
are.
Said, who cares?
I know, but I'm just saying.
Who the hell care about 5 years from now? And how do we know Wemby's even healthy?
I'd care.
No, but you don't, because you don't even know if Wemby's going to be healthy. How do we assume
I know
that?
he's going to be Wemby.
If he's on the court, yes.
Once
I
he
agree
learns
with
how
you.
to play, like really learns how to play, be consistent.
All right, let's do this.
Not get bullied by Cat.
I'm doing this right now. I don't give a crap. It's June 9th, 2026 at 12:54 p.m.
4.
Are the St. Louis Cardinals finishing over 500?
4. 4 is the answer.
How many championships he's going to win?
Yes.
I think he wins 1, and that's at the end of his career.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to be this juggernaut NBA title team everyone thinks. You think the Thunder are just going away? That's adorable. And just you wait till the Nets draft Darius Acuff Jr. Just you wait.
Do we really believe? Do we really believe in the Thunder?
Yes.
They almost lost to the Pacers.
They also have every draft pick known to man for the next decade.
Okay, but draft picks are freaking teenagers right now, like preteens.
All right, let's just make this official.
4.
This is a
I
really.
said 4.
I know. I just want this for the record. So when we have this argument 20 years from now,
4.
How many titles will Wemby get? This
4.
is his first postseason run. Tiki Barber says 4.
Not this year, but 4.
Well, okay. I think he will only win 1 NBA title, and it'll be. Wait a second. I can't say that because I already picked him to win the series. Hold on a second. He will win 2 NBA championships. 1 early in his career and 1 very late in his career. That's my prediction.
What's happening to Dylan Harper? He's going to become less of a player.
I didn't say anything about Dylan.
Stephon Castle, who Wemby said was the smartest guy in the room at 22.
I'm not degrading.
He's just going to turn into a terrible guy.
How many titles have the Nuggets won? How many titles have the Celtics won?
Hold on.
Dude, it's tough to win an NBA championship.
Okay.
You act like, it's no big deal.
What did Jokic say after they won the title, by the way?
He wants to go farming.
What did he say?
I want to go back on my...
Why we have to have a parade? Why? I don't care about this. I just want to go home.
You want to go race horses.
He basically said, I don't care about this. I want to go home.
How about the Celtics?
So are we surprised that they haven't gotten back?
How about the Celtics?
The Celtics are a flawed team.
Okay.
They have 2 guys who can't get along.
But you wouldn't have said that
That's
when they
not
won
true.
the NBA title 2 years ago. You didn't think they were going to come back?
No. Is Jason Tatum Wemby?
What?
Is Jason Tatum an alien?
No.
Is he 7'4" that can dunk from the free throw line?
Nobody is.
And defend at the rim like no other person in the history of the NBA. Because he could jump. You can't get there. If he decides to keep his foot in the paint, forget it. You're not scoring there. So, I hear what you're saying about the Celtics. They're a flawed team. We know it. I hear what you're saying about the Denver Nuggets. Jokic doesn't give a crap. He'd rather be back in Serbia. Right? So, it's different.
That's fine. We're going to have a holiday on Evan and Tiki. Every time an NBA champion is crowned, and it's not Victor Wembanyama, I'm going to replay this clip.
Okay.
That's it. That's what we're going to do moving forward. We can drop the conversation. You want to know why? Because we're going to have it a lot over the next 20 years. When I whip out the audio to whoever the hell's producing this show in 2042, and I say, can you get that Wemby clip from 2026? Excuse me, 16 years ago? Yeah. And me and Tiki have an argument. We got to go.
He's 22.
I understand.
As long as we're saving clips, I'm just going to say this into a microphone, save it. Victor Wembanyama will win an NBA championship for a team in this town.
Oh, wow. That's a weird one.
Really?
Clip
He's going
that.
to play here? He's going to play in New York City?
Clip that.
Why?
Why does everybody assume he's going to be a Spur forever? Because Duncan was. All the other superstars leave and get out. Oh. He's going to be a global star in New York City at some point in his career.
Don't argue with him. Just let it marinate.
I'm letting it sit there.
Let it sit there. Let it sit there.
Because he wants to sit on a lawn and draw naked statues?
Yeah. Maybe he draws a naked statue of me one day.
Watch. I got. Well, no one wants to picture that. I got it the way to convince Tiki. Flights to France a lot easier from New York City than it is from Texas.
Not really.
We'll come
with Greg Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Carolina Hurricanes coach Rod Brind'Amour has yet to name a starting goalie for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight in Vegas. I don't think there's any decision for Brind'Amour. He has to go to back up Brandon Bussey. Starter Freddie Anderson has been brutal thus far in the series. Bussey came in Game 3 and played well. They lost on a weird deflection in the second overtime. If Carolina wants to tie the series, they'll go to Bussey. I'm Nick Costos.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same-day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at Amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Hi, it's Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuck It. 15 years, 15 million shirts sold, and we're still the best in the game, which means Untuck It also has the best gifts for Father's Day, now on sale. He'll love to unwrap wrinkle-free cotton to save him time in the morning, performance stretch styles he never has to iron, polos for golf, and more, all perfect for the summer. Shop our Father's Day sale going on now at untuckit.com or at one of our 80-plus stores nationwide. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
The biggest stage in world soccer is days away, and every goal changes everything. And now FanDuel is giving you a reason to root for every single one, introducing Every Goal Pays. Bet on a match, and you get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. That's right, more goals means more bonus bets, and all you have to do is turn on your token. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started now. Let there be goals on FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com/New York, bet on a match, and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure as all the betting markets you could possibly want. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply bonus token. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, go 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a hospitality manager at a 5-star hotel.
So I just checked into room 318, but someone was in there.
Room 318. Oh, you were supposed to be booked in 813, which is now booked.
So what do we do?
How about rock, paper, scissors for who gets the bid?
This is the job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks. Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
When you own your own business, you own every decision.
Catch the red eye or take the 6 a.m.
Make a new hire or promote internally.
Celebrate a win with a toast at the gate or unwind at the lounge. Big props to this team.
Some decisions are a win-win, like earning 8 times points on Chase Travel. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member of FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
The endless King of New York debate got even more heated last night. It's been a topic we've had on the show for like 2.5 years, Jalen Brunson versus Aaron Judge. Well, I didn't expect this to happen, but guess who got involved in the debate last night? The official Twitter account of the White House. I didn't see it coming.
No.
I didn't see it coming, yeah. They tweeted out a picture of President Trump watching the game, and they wrote King of New York. So now we've got a third member in the whole King of New York discussion. Also, did you see, and they were promoting this at Madison Square Garden, I'm not sure, again, if they mentioned it on TV, that they were going to have a surprise halftime show.
Did they?
And that's what they kept saying. We have a surprise halftime show. And the surprise halftime show turned out to be Cardi B.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Cardi B. Did you?
They were commenting Shaq and
Yeah. There were some interesting comments. In fact, we pulled the audio. If you missed it, if maybe you went to the bathroom during halftime or you were checking out Big Mac and Craig's YouTube show, here's the comment from the great Charles Barkley concerning Cardi B.
We've been competing with Cardi B here. We lost. Hey, I don't know if those B's, that might be Cardi D's.
I don't know if they're B's. I think they're Cardi D's. That's a great line. That was a good line.
Yeah, I mean, they were out there.
Did they show that on the broadcast, like the performance, or is that something strictly for us 18,000 lucky people?
I got to the bar, got another drink in the bathroom.
That was for all you guys. That was for all you guys that were actually there. And girls, I guess. They could enjoy it as well.
I apologize.
But Shaq commented on it.
Yes,
that's why it became a thing.
I forget his name because his last name is very tough to pronounce, but he's a great NBA reporter, and he works here sometimes. Chris P. Persinan. Great dude. He came over to say hello to me during halftime, and I'm trying to watch Cardi B, and even Chris realized after about a minute of conversing, I'm going to let you watch Cardi B. I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, I'm only watching the music, bro. Like, I'm not. I'm upstairs. I'm on the bridge. It's not like I'm seeing things.
You only go to Hooters for the wings.
Yeah. Where'd those binoculars come from?
How'd you get those for security?
Do they still make binoculars?
Of course they do.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Bird watchers.
Actually, I apologize because this picture of President Trump, he is holding binoculars. So he was using binoculars
to watch the halftime show?
It was the introductions.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it looks like everybody was standing up. It may have been during the... Oh, you know what? I take that back. I viewed it completely wrong. There are no binoculars. He had his hand. He was doing the salute during the national anthem.
Got it.
So no binoculars, my bad. I just haven't seen binoculars in a really long time.
Huge with the bird watching community.
What is the bird watching community?
It would shock you. There's an entire community out there that has like a book, and they mark down every time they've seen a bird, and they break out their binoculars. And people go for like nature walks, and they break them out.
Wait, you're saying like literally watching birds?
Yeah,
yes.
They go search for birds.
You know why I find that so strange?
Why?
Every day before the show I used to do with Joe, he would say, "Yeah, I was outside bird watching, bro." And I thought it was just slang
like
for
some euphemism that you didn't understand.
No, I thought he was just watching people. That's what I thought the bird watching was.
With Joe, he might have been, but no, yes.
I didn't know it was actually watching birds.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. Yeah.
Where was he watching birds? At his home or on the corner right outside?
No, he was at the corner. He's a people watcher.
At the corner. So he's watching people.
Yes.
Yes.
He's just calling them birds.
He was looking for Cardi B.
Yep.
Always possible. Let's go to Ophir in Kings Park. What's up, Ophir?
What's up, guys?
Yo.
Good.
How we doing?
So quick points, right? Like, the NBA has, I think, a history of protecting what they feel is like their superstars, like their face of the league, right? Wembanyama, I think, kind of is getting to that point or is qualified as someone like that. And so, when he pushed Brunson and called him a munchkin, or somebody else, Shaq called him a munchkin, I think like it's similar. They're protecting him. I mean, he already has for that elbow that he elbowed whoever in the earlier rounds. He got a flagrant 2 and got tossed. If he does another one, he would have to be suspended for a game, and that would dramatically change the series, I would think, right?
Yes.
So, I think the refs know that, right? They know that, and look back and say, well, they have to really be cautious about what whistle they're blowing.
Well,
you know what I mean?
think about this for a second. So we had mentioned, and he's referring to the push of the munchkin, Jalen Brunson, and Wemby did not call him a munchkin.
No,
that was
Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal. Right. So let's just make sure that we don't have accusations against Wemby. But we've talked since the beginning of the show that the league is going and will, and they've confirmed that they will, but we talked more speculative at 10, that they could retroactively assess a flagrant 1 on Wemby. And that would put him one flagrant 1 away from an automatic suspension.
Right.
Okay? And the league has confirmed they're going to look at it. Doesn't mean they're going to upgrade him, but they're going to look at it. Based on what our last caller said, I want you to think about this for a second. Isn't it almost bad news if they assess him a flagrant 1?
Why?
Thank you for asking why.
Yes.
First of all, it does nothing to yesterday's game. It doesn't change the score. It doesn't make them You lost. The only thing it does is put Wemby 1 flagrant away from a suspension.
Yes.
Do you think the NBA has any interest in suspending Victor Wembanyama?
No, but...
So then wouldn't it make it less likely he ever gets called a flagrant if he's 1 away from an automatic suspension? Boom, shakalaka.
Yeah, but if he actually flagrantly fouls someone and it's obvious... You have to call it.
You don't have to, because they did it yesterday.
Look, here's this. How hard was the hit? That's what we want to know. Was it hard?
He threw him to the ground.
It looked like it was hard.
Yeah.
Was it around the head, neck, or face area?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Was he making a legitimate play, a basketball play, or a play on the ball? No. What Wemby did was a flagrant. They should assess it as a flagrant.
I know, but let's say they do that. You don't think it's going to change the way they officiate the next few games of this series?
If he's going to play aggressively like that, it shouldn't.
I'm not saying it shouldn't or should. Do you think they will?
It's not, because the problem is this is subjective. And it's not like baseball where it's like, is that a ball or is it strike? Objectively whether it's a ball or a strike. It sometimes you miss them, but objectively you can figure out if it's a ball or a strike, right?
Right.
In basketball, it's subjective because how hard was the hit? Was it serious? Was it actually in the neck or head area? Like, some of those things are objective, but a lot of it is subjectivity. And so I think it would just force Wemby to not be such of an ass on the court.
Do you
and
think?
I think he's being coached to be that way. Because it's not just him. It's Stephon Castle. It's all those guys.
So you may be right that Wemby, knowing he's a flagrant away from an automatic suspension, cools off. But what if he doesn't? You don't think that the officials will maybe be more cautious in calling one on him?
No.
That's my point.
They shouldn't. And if they are, then why are they officiating in the NBA?
The shouldn't and couldn't and wouldn't thing, that's not my question. It's do you think they would?
Yeah, I mean,
I think they'd be more cautious in calling a flagrant on
then
him.
you worry about the fairness of this series.
Yeah, look, I'm just okay.
And by the way, that's what Knicks fans are bitching about.
Yes,
because it's not that they're saying, "Oh, we lost because of the refs." They're saying the refs aren't fair in this series.
I get it.
That's been factual.
I get it. What I'm asking the Knicks fan is, you're going to get an update sometime today. I assume it would be today on if they're going to upgrade. It wasn't even called anything on the floor. If they're going to assess a flagrant one to Wemby for his push throwdown of Jalen Brunson. What I am saying to you is think carefully. If they make it a flagrant one, he's now one flagrant away from a suspension.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I'd be worried that they will never call a flagrant on Wemby because they know the repercussions. While if they don't call anything and they don't reassess this, he's still 2 away. There's a better chance they'll call a flagrant on Wemby if he so deserves it in game 4, 5, 6, or 7. That's all I'm saying.
So you're saying by not reassessing it into a flagrant foul that they're likely to now call a flagrant foul.
They'd be more likely to call. Do you see my logic here or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to agree with me. I just want you to see my. You see my logic, Sean?
Yeah. I actually think you guys had a very fair and balanced argument.
That's what we do around here.
You do.
Just very fair and balanced disagreement on fouls and non-fouls. I don't know if Knicks fans agree. Knicks fans hate Sean right now.
I know.
They're very upset that they that you got on Jalen Brunson for the Wemby throwdown. And you are wrong about this. Like, Jalen Brunson got thrown to the ground. He just did.
Okay. No, you're not. No, you're not going to get the last word like that.
Well, I was just going to move on and take a call.
It's a new audience. The evidence shows him pulling Wemby's jersey and
Are you
Wemby
stupid?
being
Are you a stupid person?
4 feet taller, and the first area he can strike his arm is on his head. Don't know what you want him to do.
It doesn't matter what.
How's he supposed to get him off?
It doesn't matter. It's like in football, when a safety comes to hit a running back and the running back ducks his head and it gets helmet to helmet. It doesn't matter.
But then if it doesn't matter, you're saying that the only thing that Wembanyama can do when he's being held by Brunson is just keep shaking his hips and hope to get him off him?
You can't throw him to the ground. How do you not understand that?
I know.
He tossed him off of him. It's not his fault that Brunson ended up on the ground.
it
Brunson
is his-
flopped the rest of the way.
But he didn't. He threw him to the ground.
Okay, listen, I'm going to agree to disagree. Brunson held his jersey. You got what you got coming to you after that. Sorry.
The only thing I will defend you on is people are saying that you're trolling. I don't think you're trolling.
I'm not
You're having
trolling.
a disagreement on the foul
I bet
call.
the Knicks last night. I'm furious.
Did you really? When did you bet them? Was it when they were dogs? You got a little money line action?
Before and then when they went down early in the I double dogged in there.
No, I did too, bro. You know me. I'm a big emotional insurance guy.
We got to cut the troll nonsense out. Just because you disagree on something doesn't make you a troll. You're just watching something. That's my eyes told me.
You're offering a different perspective.
That's it.
And I think that everyone around here is going to have the same perspective, which I'm not even mocking because I agree with them. I agree with the masses on the Wemby thing. I think it is nice every once in a while to hear an opposing view, even if you're wrong.
I'm glad I could do your dirty work, okay?
It's not my dirty work. I disagree. If I felt a certain way, I'd say it.
Go bird watching. Take a call.
Your dirty work or my dirty work was, did you see what he did last night?
No.
He puts out and I have no idea where he got the video from. He puts out a video at Madison Square Garden 2 hours before tip and mocks the atmosphere, saying it's like going to a Nets game in the middle of February.
Place was empty at 6:30.
It was 2 hours before the game.
And
exactly why I was
get
empty.
in it. Everybody was there, just outside on the glass perimeter.
Everybody was waiting outside.
Exactly why it was empty at 6:30 in like a Brooklyn Nets game.
Mike is in California. Hey, Mike.
Hey, how you doing, guys? So I'm going to say right off the bat, I am a neutral person. I'm a Laker fan.
All right.
And if anything, I'm kind of leaning towards the Knicks because I don't want anyone in the Western Conference to win. With that said, Brunson absolutely flopped on that Castle play. The speed in which he went down and with Castle hit him doesn't even line up. And the fact that we're acting like Castle ran over him like a train is insane. He flopped point blank. It's not even close. You look at the replay.
Yeah.
It's a flop. But the one thing that really bothers me watching this, because I don't watch a lot of Knicks games, I can't believe how annoying his father is. Every time you look at Brunson the wrong way, his father is halfway down the court and he's yelling at him. It's like watching my son in a pickup game.
No, you're right. It's kind of funny, actually.
Is it tough? It's tough to be mad at him, though.
I know,
it's his son.
It's his son. He has to do that. Now, look, I think there were two plays that we're talking about. One was the one that Jalen Brunson took the shot to his chest.
This was the rebound and the loose ball foul that was called and got reviewed as a hostile
But there
act.
was another one.
And that was Stephon Castle who ran him over.
There was another one where I don't think it was Castle they did this, and I got to go back and find it. He's coming in to get the rebound, and Brunson, or maybe it was Josh Hart, one of them has their back to the incoming Spurs player, and he just runs right through him.
Well, that was the Luke Cornett, Josh Hart play.
No, it wasn't.
It was a different one?
It was a different one.
Gotcha.
And so there's just my point is there's a bunch of examples of the Spurs doing specifically that.
Yeah.
When you're going into the paint and there's a nick there, truck them. Like, just hit them.
And you know what the best case scenario is on a play like that? So going back to the Castle-Brunson play that our last caller was talking about where Brunson flopped, I watched that replay. We all did because it was being reviewed.
By the way, I could agree with that being a flop.
Yeah, I agree with our last caller, and I agree that it was clearly a foul, but it didn't rise to the level of a flagrant call. And so that's almost the perfect scenario if you're the San Antonio Spurs and you're Mitch Johnson.
Right.
Because it is a foul, which we accept. It's incredibly physical. It's close enough for them to review, but ultimately, you did nothing wrong. It's a common foul.
Right.
And that's kind of ideally what you want to do when you're getting physical. Did Brunson flop on that play? Probably a little bit.
You know, Brunson flops a lot.
So I think it contributed, and that's why with these calls, because we're hearing it all day, whether it was Boomer and Gio and Big Mac and Craig coming up about complaining about the officials, it's always got to be specific.
Right.
Like I don't want to hear, they got more free throw attempts. Mike Brown did that, but Mike Brown also specified, hey, we fouled. We probably did foul. What about the calls we didn't get? Unfortunately, it may not be the most entertaining thing in the world, but you got to be specific. Right. Otherwise, you're just screaming into the wind like an old man angry.
Right.
And, we didn't get as many free throws. Well, what is this, communism? We're supposed to get the same amount of free throws? It's probably not the best example, but I tried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on an individual case-by-case basis, and we've done that, there are some in which you'd say, Knicks got screwed. And then there are others in which you're like, no, they got it right. Stephon Castle trucking Jalen Brunson under the basket was a common foul.
Yes.
They got it right.
And that one you're fine with.
You know what I'm not fine with? And this has pissed me off since they instituted replay. So I've been screaming about this for a long time, and I feel this way about the NFL too. So you can use the NFL hat to tell me I'm wrong. If you challenge a play, I don't care what it is, and you're right, and the officials are wrong, you should not have the penalty of, well, if you get two right, you get a third, but then it's over. No, It should be infinite. As long as the referees or officials or umpires are wrong, like ABS challenges.
Right.
You know how many ABS challenges you get? As long as you get it right.
You get them right, infinite.
Infinite. And I believe in sports, replay needs to be that way. And don't tell me, the game's going to take too long. You know what? If you don't want to go to the game, either go to sleep like the president or leave. Quite frankly, I don't care. But get it right. And so the reason I bring this up is, as you know, the Knicks challenged two plays, got them both right, and we're done. That's ridiculous. One Sports Fan Festival returning to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th with 500 seasoned sports legends all under one roof. Fanatics Fest brings fans closer than ever with autographs, photo ops, live panels, and podcasts, exclusive merch drops, rare collectibles, and unforgettable fan experiences. Tickets are selling quickly, so grab yours now at fanaticsfest.com, and let's go Knicks.
A Sloman Shield Link system.
That's unfair.
Has been
that is unfair.
Fantastic. You had to read it.
I'm a good little boy, Tiki.
What's this movie?
What
movie? With Will Ferrell.
Elf?
No, where he just kind of is like, go blake yourself.
Oh, Anchorman.
Anchorman, there you go. Good job, Anchorman.
I knew what I was reading. I just knew I had to read it because I'm a company man.
Yes. Yeah. The Sloman Shield Link security system has been a game changer for me and my family. Smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that's manageable right from my phone. And in addition to the garage door controls and the cameras and the door locks, it also has a great connection to my Apple Music library. So I can play music throughout my house and outside right from my phone. It's kind of cool when you're trying to throw a party and just hang out and chill. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
Michael Bloomberg has tweeted, Great to meet New York City's homegrown star, Jose Alvarado. But next time, Jose, just call me. Let's go Knicks. Someone wrote that for him. He didn't write that himself. Anyhow, contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Anderson windows and patio doors and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your jobs on track. And with Rama Rewards for pros, earn up to 2% back, plus perks like free delivery. Windorama for pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit windorama.com/4-pros to learn more.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Calci. It's also sponsored by Jag Physical Therapy. Jag Physical Therapy is now open in Kearney, New Jersey at 206 Bergen Avenue. Jag PT's expert physical therapists help patients recover faster, move stronger, and get back to the life they love without pain holding them back. Make an appointment at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
Trade the basketball finals on Kalshi. New York is currently trading at 78% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out over $120 if they win the series. Download the Kalshi app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi, trade on anything.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you get the books with Westwood One Sports. NBA Finals Game 4, and I think Wemby's rebounding struggles will continue. He's down a full rebound here in the playoffs from the regular season. More importantly, since the first two games against OKC, Wemby has averaged just 8 rebounds per game. The Knicks have done a good job getting him out to the perimeter to contest shots and away from the rim. He's only gone over his rebounds line once in the past 8 games. I'll ride with the trend and take the under on Wemby's boards. I'm Pat Boyle, Bet Smarter and Beat the Books. Download the BetMGM app today.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same-day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
As World Soccer hits the big stage, take the field with Fanatics Sportsbook. It's built for fans who want more from their bet. This summer, Fanatics Sportsbook is making every moment count with 10 100% profit boosts over the first 10 tournament days. That's 1 profit boost per game day. So every time the world's best hits the pitch, you've got a chance to double your winnings. And every goal, every save, every result means more. Plus, new customers get up to $1,000 in fan cash. That's $100 bet matched every day for your first 10 days. The world is ready. Are you? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting high-quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So, if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation. And neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this.
Repeat after me. I'm going to have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See ya at John Starks Kia in Queens.
Ever finish cooking and realize your food didn't finish cooking? There's a smarter way. With the Chef IQ Sense, guessing is over. It's a smart thermometer that alerts your phone the moment your food is ready. So steaks hit perfect doneness, chicken stays juicy, and dinner just works. Insert the probe, choose your doneness, and relax. Because great cooking isn't luck.
Your food is ready.
It's Chef IQ. Use code RADIO at checkout to save big on ChefIQ.com. That's code RADIO at ChefIQ.com.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the finals. Egypt is trading at 17% to best Belgium, meaning a $100 trade pays out $589 if they win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there is no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's code CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
New Jersey sets the global stage for FIFA World Cup 26. 8 epic matches, including the history-making final. Come for the games. Stay for the wow. New Jersey, where the world meets its match. Get in on the action at visitnj.org.
All right, so I'm watching TV the other night, and I see Evander Holyfield talking about Terra Origin creatine. My first thought was, hang on a second, that guy's in his 60s, and he still looks better than me? That's a problem, so I started using Terra Origin creatine myself. It mixes easy, tastes great, and helps support strength and recovery, which, at my age, just getting off the couch is basically an athletic event. So do yourself a favor. Check it out today and get 20% off your first order at TerraOrigin.com. That's 20% off your first order at TerraOrigin.com.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
You know, the Travelers Championship, this is where greatness locks in, where the wins hit harder. For 4 perfect days in June, see returning champion Keegan Bradley and more of the world's best, like Scotty Scheffler, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, and Cameron Young at nearby TPC River Highlands, June 24th through the 28th. For tickets and information, go to TravelersChampionship.com. Travelers Championship, now is the time. This is the place.
And this Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at ChefIQ.com. The Mets are back home tonight, starting a series with the Cardinals. Dustin May faces Freddie Peralta at 7:10. The Yankees continue their series with Cleveland. It's Garrett Cole and Slade Ciccone at 6:40 here on the Fan. Anthony Volpe will be in the lineup in at short, according to Aaron Boone on Talking Yanks. And it's Game 4 of the Stanley Cup at 8 p.m. with Carolina looking to even the series at 2 games apiece out in Vegas.
Yeah, Yankees played last night. Obviously, won in extra innings against Cleveland. Mets are off, and the Mets come home 7 games under 500 and are playing good teams that they trail. And that's an opportunity because if they can win these games, they could cut into the deficit. St. Louis right now, you mentioned earlier, is one of the first wild card teams. The Mets are 8 games back in the loss column, 7 overall.
Right.
So you know what you got to do? You got to beat them. And if you don't beat them, then we're just treading water in a lost season. If the Mets are ever going to make a run, now is the time.
Yeah, the challenge is, though, as you mentioned, Evan, it's against some good squads coming up. Obviously, the Cleveland,
St. Louis
Cardinals, and then Atlanta comes in, and the Reds. So it's just a daunting little stretch right here. Not that the Reds are not beatable, but they're just good teams.
You know what? I look at baseball as a whole, and the American League, obviously, it's a big part of this. There are a couple of really good teams. The LA Dodgers are a really good team. The Atlanta Braves are a really good team, and I have to respect the Milwaukee Brewers because they've been doing it year after year. And, of course, the Yankees. Outside of that, who's really that good? I mean, I don't think the Cardinals are really good. I don't think the Reds are really good. I don't think anybody in the National League is really good once you get past those 3 division leaders. So it's incumbent for the Mets if they're going to have a season. Like, I'm not even talking about anything crazy. Just having a season is to win these games and win these series and to cut into the major deficit that they created. So let's see if they can do it.
Right.
Tonight at Citi Field. I heard a rumor that someone from our show will be there tomorrow night at Citi Field. And it ain't me.
Sean?
I got a Little League game I got to take my son to.
You going?
I mean, there are some big games going on in this city, and with the Mets chasing down a wild card spot, I think it's important, as I've always said, for somebody to be at the big games.
Look, I agree with you. We got our boots on the ground. I've been at the Garden. You're going to be at City tomorrow night. Tiki's going to be drinking something very alcoholic and fruity, and we will be good to go and have you prepared for all the going-ons in New York. I think it'll be an interesting scene tomorrow night at Citi Field.
Yeah, I expect a full house, obviously, for this kind of game of this kind of importance, so I'll be there to check it all out. I can't wait.
And I will say this, all right, without revealing details because I've been banned from it. There will be a science experiment going on at Citi Field tomorrow night. And that science experiment you will hear all about with some audio the following days.
On Thursday.
On Thursday or Friday. Thursday may be so heavy, Knicks, that we may need to push that to Friday.
It'll definitely be a Friday.
So that's probably more of a Friday thing?
Yeah. We'll see what kind of new egg roll the city of St. Louis gets represented by there at Citi Field.
That's right. All right, let's get to some of your calls. Manny is calling from Austin. What's up, Manny?
Hey, yeah, thanks for taking my call. Tiki, thanks for bringing it up. Like, it's just the nature of the sport of basketball that the Knicks never got through Game 3. Maybe they're still hungover from the rest between the travel days. So I appreciate bringing that up because, I was fuming by the end of that game. It's like, it's a sport. That's just the nature of it.
Yep.
Yeah, and then why are you whipping boy after the Knicks loss?
What do you mean?
You're in the Garden?
What do you mean?
Everybody's getting on you.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know if it's excuse me. I don't know if I'm being accused of being like some kind of bad luck charm. Look, this is stupid. It's stupid. You don't have to like Donald Trump's politics and the security was a pain in the ass. He's not why the Knicks lost. I'm a loser fan of other teams. I'm an IBO. I'm not the reason the New York Knicks lost. Here's the reason the New York Knicks lost. Here's the guy. And I'll make it very specific, that needs to be better if the Knicks are going to take Game 4 and subsequently win this series. And the guy I'm talking about is Jalen Brunson.
Oh.
Jalen Brunson has not played well in this NBA Finals.
Yeah, he's putting up the points at least.
He's putting up the points, and I'll give him this. Here are the two positive things. And he's been incredibly clutch. I cannot deny that. Late in games, do you trust Jalen Brunson more than anyone else? Absolutely. But he's not shooting the basketball well. He's taken 25 shots a game.
Yeah.
He took 31 in Game 1, 25 in the next 2 games. He's turning the ball over at a pace that just can't happen. And so he's just not playing well enough.
Well, I mean,
he's just not. Well, he needs to be better.
That creates the opportunity for the Knicks to do what they did in the Hawks series, which is when Wemby, because we've mentioned this multiple times, is not leaving the paint. You run through Cat. You run the offense through Cat as opposed to having Jalen Brunson be the primary ball handler the entire time and then try him to get and let him try to initiate offense. Let it go through Cat. And it just changes the look a little bit. Now, they haven't been able to do this because previously the Spurs have been bringing Wemby out to the perimeter to guard Cat. But if they're going to leave him down in the post, you know what? let Cat try to facilitate offense.
And
by the way, he can probably create some more shots for himself.
He's also the other problem. He has not played well.
Not good
he
offensively.
Played well in game 1 and 2. I don't want to say he's had a bad series. I think it's fair to say that while Jalen Brunson is still the guy you trust with the ball in his hands in the final minute or two of the game, and he's backed that up by being the clutch performer he's been, overall, he hasn't been good enough. Like, think about it. When he's on the floor in this series, for the entirety of this series, 2 games that they've won, the Knicks have been outscored by 13 points. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
The best player on the New York Knicks, the Knicks have been worse when he's been on the floor.
But we also know that because he's not a great defender.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, if you look at the rest of this playoff run and him in general, they're better when he's on the floor. You're looking to survive the minutes without Jalen Brunson. The reality is he's minus 19 over the last 2 games. And that's because of the sloppy turnovers. That's because of the ISO ball. That's because he's taken a million shots. And while, again, in the final 2 minutes, you trust him. And that is incredibly important. The other aspects of his game needs to be accounted for.
Right.
And so it's not being haterific or anything like that. When you look at game 4 tomorrow night and you look ahead to game 5, and then we'll see if there's more games past that, he just needs to be better. He's taken 81 shots in these 3 games.
Wow.
81.
That's a lot of shots.
That's a lot of freaking shots. And that's where it starts when you look at, all right, because, look, jokes aside, this is not about jinxes. This is not about who's in the building. This is not about security. This is about basketball. Right. It's always been about basketball. And while we've spent a lot of time talking about the officials, which I understand, and I think we've gone through it, it is ultimately about players playing. It's about guys playing well enough. And when you look at last night, and I mentioned this earlier, if you needed to grade every single person that took the floor last night, and you handed out a letter grade, and you said, all right, I'm going to go through everyone who played for the New York Knicks. How would I grade them? You start with Karl Anthony Towns. He probably gets a C- for the way he played.
Last night? Yeah.
Yeah. And his lack of aggressiveness.
Especially in the fourth quarter.
No doubt. Jalen Brunson, he was better, but he also turned the ball over way too much. Same amount of turnovers as assists. I'd say Jalen Brunson was a C. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, but he scored, I'd probably say B. B-.
You're very nice.
I am.
Turned the ball over 5 times. They were on -9 when he was on the floor.
Yeah.
But go on. Tell me about how many points he scored. Sorry, that was very jerky.
It does. Points matter, though.
I'm not saying it doesn't. How would you grade his performance last night?
Discount points.
You give him a B.
I'd give him a B-.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, not a great grade.
No.
I know you. You would not be happy with a B-.
Of course not. Not in the NBA Finals.
Mikal Bridges, how'd you grade him? Foul trouble. Was non-existent.
He's probably a D.
Yeah, and he had the highest plus-minus of anybody out there, which made no sense.
He was decent defensively, but you expect him to make those shots.
He was invisible.
He had 2 shots. I don't even remember him.
That's the point.
Right.
Josh Hart, I think, actually gets a decent grade, especially the threes he made early. He made 4 threes in this game, most on the team, and a few of them early when Wemby was defending him I thought was good. So I'll give him a B. Want to go a little B plus Josh Hart?
Yeah, that works.
Landry Shamet, who couldn't make a shot. How'd you grade him? -20 in this game, by the way. It's an F.
He might have got an F.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's not what you would have expected from him because he's been outstanding this entire postseason.
Mitchell Robinson. You talk about a guy you forgot about. We barely saw Mitchell Robinson in this game.
How many minutes did he play?
7.
Yeah.
They went small, too, when Cat was out. They played OG at the 5.
Right. When Jordan Clarkson has more minutes than you, Mitch, that's bad. Something's wrong.
No doubt. I think outside of Jordan Clarkson, who played really well in the 13 minutes he was out there, and OG Anunoby, who I think both get A's, there's a lot of bad grades from yesterday's game. They just didn't play well enough. Now, the good news is none of that means it's going to continue in Game 4. I think it's a completely different animal. That's the beauty of having a 2-0 series lead and getting those first 2 games on the road, that you can take a deep breath and say, okay, now we just need to reassess, respond, and if we do, you'll obviously be ecstatic. But do you get the impression that I do, and I got this leaving the Garden last night, and I got it interacting with the Knicks fans over the 4 hours we've been on the air, that there is frustration but confidence amongst Knicks fans right now with a 2-1 series lead? Maybe not cockiness, but confidence.
Yeah, it's not. So there was cockiness going into this game because you felt it when everybody's talking about the sweep, and it's going to be 4, Knicks in 4, and they chanted that down in San Antonio. The pretty good number that actually went down there. That's gone. Because you look at how the Spurs ultimately won this game, it was by, again, taking a double-digit lead, but then figuring out how to hold on to it. And so they're confident because they have a 2-1 lead, But I don't think they're cocky anymore.
No, I think that game 4 will change everything.
Right.
Because if they win, then there's a belief this baby's over, even if it's not over the weekend. If they lose, I think we will have a panic city moment in this town. Like, I think the confidence will certainly be hit if they lose back-to-back games at Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. Scott's in Jackson, New Jersey. What's up, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the officiating was very inconsistent last night, but Stephen A. Smith stated this morning with Brunson, he was playing a lot of hero ball last night, and maybe he was going after the MVP. But the one point I really want to make was this game, at the end of the second quarter, I looked at my wife and said, you know what, the Spurs are in trouble because they gave the Knicks their best punch and they're down 7. The key to this game is going to be the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. If the Knicks come out strong, they're going to win. If they don't, they're going to lose. And they came out. I think they came out expecting to win the game in the third quarter and forgot they had to actually play the game. I think they expected the Spurs to fold, honestly, and they didn't.
Yeah,
there wasn't the same aggressiveness that we saw in the first two games. It was different, it might have been fatigue.
It was a similar conversation I had at halftime, which was not win or lose, but the first 5 minutes will determine if we have a basketball game. Yeah. Because I thought the Knicks had closed the second quarter so well, a 10-1 run, taken a 7-point lead. And to his point, the Knicks took the Spurs punch. They were down by double digits, and to have a 7-point lead at halftime felt like, how'd that happen?
Right.
And so I agreed that the first 5 minutes was more going to determine, do we have a basketball game, or are we going to get another Knicks romp? Are we going to get a nice, easy, Evan can leave his seat with 4 minutes to go, good to go, mathematically over kind of moment? And what I thought the Spurs did to begin the third quarter was not win the game necessarily, but make it a game.
Right.
Because they came out in the third quarter with urgency, but also, and this is, and I don't know if it's being tired. Like, sometimes we try to classify why things happen.
Yeah.
I don't know the why, but I do know that the Knicks were sloppy as all hell to come out in the third quarter.
Yeah. And
why? I don't know. You tell me.
When I say tired, I'm not saying that they're exhausted. I'm just saying you just get fatigued. Like, your body isn't operating as efficiently as it used to. And so your mind waffles a little bit. Maybe that extra burst that you have. Mikal Bridges talked about this after game 2. He's like, even when I'm tired, I got to play hard, right? And
push through it.
You got to push through it, and sometimes it gets hard to do that. It really does.
So what do you think? So you think that was what contributed?
I don't know. It just
because
felt
it was
like,
sloppy.
It just felt like it. It was just when you get sloppy and you haven't been sloppy. What else can you chalk it up to? Fatigue makes a coward out of everybody, and so I feel like that kind of is what you felt at the end of that game for the Knicks, because they couldn't make shots, man. I mean, they took 9 or 11 in the fourth quarter. 11 3-pointers. They made 2 of them. And it was at the end.
Yeah, that gave them their last breath. A couple of things I noticed. All right, first of all, I heard some critiques about the crowd. I thought the crowd was great. I thought the crowd was electric. Was the crowd as loud as it was in game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals? I thought it was the same. I think that electricity is electricity. Right. Like, at some point, you can only get so loud. So I thought that the Knicks crowd last night was as loud as you'll ever hear it. I think there's a stereotype that because the prices were crazy, that means the real fan isn't there. Well, I think there's 2 fallacies with that. And I did a little man on the street. I was asking people some questions. Number 1, you can be rich and be a great fan.
Of course.
That's fallacy number 1.
Right.
Like, that Timothée Chalamet guy is very rich and very famous.
Chalamet.
He's a great fan.
Anybody say his name?
No.
What?
Nobody can say it right. Everybody on this station, except for me and Sean, says Chalamet.
Are you sure?
It's Chalamet.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I pronounce every name wrong. Gio was pointing it out this morning that
it has Met at the end.
Oh, okay.
So, and if you think of his name, think of Met, and then say Met at the end.
Chalamet?
No, just say it's May, but just say
Chalamet.
No, if the Mets played in France.
Chalamet.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize to his family. I'm just really bad with pronunciating names.
You just have the L and the M mixed up.
I'm sorry. Gio pointed out earlier, and I think he's 100% right. If it wasn't for dog, my pronunciations would look worse. But because doggy is so bad at pronouncing that, whatever it is,
yeah.
I'm like, he's kind of crappy, but not nearly as bad as doggy. Either way, I'm trying to remember my point. Oh, yeah. So the crowd was crazy. I started asking people, how'd you get tickets? Not how much you paid. How did you get tickets? And this is the biggest misnomer that people just keep repeating, that everyone who got tickets is a millionaire and they drop thousands upon thousands of dollars. It is not true. The guy in front of me got his tickets for free. His company has season tickets, and they just divvy them out. And he said, I was lucky. My game is game 3 of the NBA Finals. One of his coworkers will get game 4. That guy, and I don't know how much money he makes. Maybe he makes a lot.
Right.
But he did not pay for the tickets.
He didn't spend a dime.
A company, which owns a lot of season tickets, give them out. And sometimes they give them out to workers. Sometimes they give it out to companies they do business with. The point is, they're not sold for thousands of dollars.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, spoke to another guy, longtime season ticket holder. Bottom line. And he was like, yeah, I was battling. Do I sell this game? Do I sell that game? It's a tough decision. We've talked about, like, what do? Do you cash out if you're a diehard fan? And the guy said, yeah, I've sold a few games. I wanted to go to this game. So that guy is just a season ticket holder who's been rewarded by being there for so long. Another guy I spoke to got lucky on the Fan First program where the Knicks put tickets on sale a few days ago. He got there quick. He was online. Voluntarily told me how much he paid. I didn't ask him. And it was expensive, but not nearly the prices you hear.
$4,000.
It was $1,500.
Yeah, that's expensive, but not $4,000.
No, no one is sniffing at $1,500, but it's far different than the get-in price is $6,000. So what I don't think people understand is they assume everyone who went to Madison Square Garden spent $6,000 or more per ticket.
Right.
That's not true. I couldn't poll everybody, but I'm telling you, a lot of the people there didn't either spend that or anything. Whether it's the company has tickets and they hand them out.
Yeah, we forget how many companies actually have season tickets.
And what do companies do with those tickets?
They're for entertainment.
Yes, they're not selling them.
No.
They're not going on Ticketmaster or SeatGeek and saying, I'm going to sell them for $100,000. So I think that the people in that building get a really bad rap as, they're just a bunch of rich people that don't care about the team. That's insane. I saw a guy wearing a Stephon Marbury jersey. That guy's a fan. I mean, I don't know why he's wearing a Stephon Marbury jersey. That's not exactly an era of Knicks basketball I want to remember.
Yeah, but it's Steph.
What does that even mean?
Nothing.
Local guy.
It's local.
Do you think of him in a positive way when it comes to the New York Knicks? No offense to Steph. I mean, it
I
just
don't think I have any. I don't think either way.
No. I've got thoughts, mainly because I did sports talk radio here and we talked about him, and it was a disaster. Between the off-the-court stuff and the on-the-court stuff, it was not a good era of Knicks basketball, but my point is that guy was wearing that jersey. That's a diehard fan. So I think there's a misnomer that the people in the building are like some kind of fraudulent rich people. That's not. Now, are there fraudulent rich people? Absolutely. Are there people too busy on their phones, not paying attention to the game and dropping money they don't care about? Absolutely. But you can say that at Yankee Stadium in the legend seats.
Yeah, but in the World Series?
Yes. Absolutely. But I think that building.
It's different in baseball, too, because you can casually watch a baseball
That's
game.
true. You can miss a lot.
You can miss a lot. Or not miss a lot. You can just kind of not pay attention.
That's true.
Still not miss anything.
You can look down. I totally get. I just think that the misnomer about the people in the building is very unfair.
That's fair.
And that's why I purposely asked a lot of questions. I was talking to a lot of people. I wanted to pick their brains. I wanted to find out what was going on.
Man of the people.
Trying to be a man of the people. With that said, I'm done. I ain't going back. Had enough.
See you next year.
I'll see you next season. Just tell me when the Knicks play the Nets at the Garden.
It'll be a football Sunday. You can guarantee that.
I'll be there. Anyhow, if you missed any of the show, you can rewind it on the free Odyssey app, or you can download the Evan Tiki podcast, or subscribe to the FAN YouTube page. Lots of ways to check out the show. Craig and Big Mac will rip the officials next. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m.